This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Get out of that rabbit hole! Get out of that rabbit hole, boy!
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Here's a rabbit hole for everybody. Open your third eye. Curtain. Karen. Music, please. Hey, what up with B-Loon? What up, Sharuka? Appreciate y'all. What up, everybody? We are in the building. Music, please, Karen.
The Self Luv Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent.
It's the Self Luv Show.
The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. We do it for our people. The Self Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show. To expose it no equal. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. Tory Wordsmith 9 mil. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. You know how the story go.
It's the Self Luv Show. And who's your favorite Looney Tunes character, y'all? Type it in the chat. Who's your favorite Looney Tunes character? The views expressed in today's podcast are those of the hosts, guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates like Gym Recovery and or Midwest Festivals. Hey, y'all, Ancestral Echoes coming soon. Google it. Okay. Welcome to the Self Luv Show on This Ain't That Network. And as we affectionately say around here, TATN. This is a spot where we explore captivating topics that expand our communities, minds, and ignite our curiosities. I'm one of the hosts, 9 Millie. All praise due to the ancestors, the Most High. And of course, my late and beloved Mama Sky. Always. 187 bars out there, volume 19. In today's episode, we're going to dive into the life, career, and legacy of one of the most influential artists of our generation, well, his generation, Juice WRLD. Born Jared Anthony Higgins, Juice WRLD captivated the world with his raw talent, heartfelt lyrics, and a unique blend of melodic hip-hop. His meteoric rise to fame was a testament to his undeniable skill, emotional depth, resonating with millions of fans across every platform, every socioeconomic group, every race, creed, and color. His fan base may have made Dr. King proud across the globe. As we explore the ascent of Juice WRLD, we'll take you through his early beginnings, from recording music in his bedroom to signing a major record deal. We'll discuss how his breakout hit, Lucid Dreams, catapulted him into the spotlight and solidified his place in the American, dare I say, global music industry. The industry. The industry. Yeah? Yeah? A lot of baby oil floating around the industry. Lots of baby oil floating around the industry. And they want to single ditty out. Juice WRLD's ability to channel his personal struggles and experiences into his music made him a voice for a generation, addressing themes of love, heartbreak, and mental health, and honesty and vulnerability. But his journey was not without its challenges. In tonight's episode, we're also going to take a look into the transitions and transformations he experienced throughout his fame, including his battles, allegedly, with substance abuse. Well, it's not allegedly, he said it himself, and the pressures of fame. We'll reflect on his untimely passing and the impact it had on the music world, as well as the enduring legacy he left in Chicago and also worldwide. Put your 10 hats on. We're going to be discussing, was he deleted or was this a self-deletion? I know the co-host often says a lot of these young guys, they create a lot of ops and they create a lot of ways that they can be eliminated. And everybody say, yeah, well, all these rock stars, yeah, they did drugs, so it's an OD. Put some pills around there and there it is. Sprinkle some pills on the bed and boom, it's over. Join us as we celebrate the life and artistry of Juice WRLD and explore the profound influence he continues to have on fans and fellow artists alike. Whip out your self-love vision and your 10 hats. Before we go further, don't forget to like, subscribe, repost, and share this discussion with your friends. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. And the revolution will not be on YouTube, however. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live and live in color, and today is Tuesday, February 4. What up, fo? At 7:24 in the Windy City. And as always, you spirits can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe at any time, all at once. But thankfully, we all chose to be here together. That's right. To collapse the superposition here together. Bear down, bear down, bear down. Brother Wordsmith, what you manifesting today, sir?
Love, man, you know me.
That's what's up.
What you manifest?
Same good brother, pure, magnificent, magnanimous, unfiltered, all that good stuff. Some say tough. Others have said harsh. I said self-love just the same.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right, y'all. What to expect on today's show? We always have the Self-Love Show quote of the day. And then we have our more growth and development video. More growth and development. It's less than 1 minute. It's the platform that we built this whole foundation on. Then, of course, we got Tattoo Tyranny. I don't think we got Tattoo Tyranny, but we got something Brother Wordsmith and I are going to react to shortly. And then we got a dome teaser. It's already pinned in the chat. Your mind's awful. You let that thing lay fallow. It's like putting a wool coat in a basement full of moths. That's right. What do you think's going to happen to it? You're going to get cobwebs. That's right. You're going to be running around here like Joe Biden, allegedly. Big ups to Joe Biden and his crime bills he passed and such. All right. And then the topic is 187 bars. This is our riveting series. We say that being a rap artist is the most dangerous entertainment music industry, period. But rap specifically, the most dangerous profession you can choose out there, the way it is these days. Hasn't always been that way, shouldn't be that way. And this is volume 19, the ascent and transition of Chicago legend, Juice WRLD. Okay. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD. And once again, condolences to his family. Hit that like button. We always wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole show. And that's where this brother, the co-host, he's going to pull something out of the ether up there from the superposition and make it collapse right into his consciousness from the big subconscious out there. Meaning, in words you can probably understand, he's going to rip off some prose right off the top of his dome out there, right off the rip. There, fella. And then you got any announcements out there, fella?
Oh, yes. Midwest Festivals presents Ancestor Echoes.
Echo.
Man, say the date, June 20th to the 22nd. To 20, yeah. I have a show on March 19th. I'll put some information in the chat.
Hi, you've been busy, bro.
Yeah, it's time to get busy, bro. It's time to, all
Yeah,
in.
I feel that. Ain't gonna have these avatars forever, huh, fella?
Uh-uh.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna ride this avatar till the wheels fall off, that's for sure. And yeah, I had the time of my life at Ancestral Echoes out there, y'all. Pop up. You know what I'm saying? Pop up. Always looking for sponsorship. Big ups to Gym Recovery and all the other sponsors. So if you're interested in sponsoring the whole shebang, contact this brother Wordsmith right there, Hot Tub Tory out there. You gonna have a hot tub out there this year?
Probably not.
All right, y'all. Yeah, all right. I don't have any announcements except stop the violence so that we can stop doing shows like this. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I don't
Stop the
know if this
drugs.
is right. That was
Well, it's tethered.
It
A lot of
is
times,
kind of.
yeah, a lot of times it's tethered. But I hear you. A lot of times it's tethered. And I'm gonna be a wacky conspiracy theorist on this because this one always smelt like shit,
Yeah, something's not right.
in my opinion.
Yeah. What they
Now,
said made sense initially, and
yeah,
until I found out the magnitude of what was
yeah,
going on, I'm like, what? Oh no, that's make no sense. You just say, hey,
you start unpeeling the layers, and you're like,
yeah. I
wait
didn't
a
even have to unpeel one layer. I just had to think about it. It's like he was the bag on the plane. He doesn't have to keep that on him, any of it.
Sharuka says, does Tiny Toons count? I don't know. You have to ask Looney. Looney, B Looney, B Looney, Brandon Looney Tunes. Does Tiny Toons count? Her favorite is Plucky Duck. Yeah, Plucky Duck. Type your favorite Looney Tune character into the chat, please. All right. Self Love and
Make
I will.
Brandy very happy.
Yeah, we'll type ours in by the end of the show. If we remember, if somebody reminds us to. Who's Plucky Duck, Self? You heard of Plucky Duck?
Must be a Tiny Toon.
Sounds like something you smoke. Man, you got some of that pluck there. This that Plucky Duck.
It's gotta be the Tiny Toon.
Yeah, it's a Tiny Toon. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know it at all. I don't know. That's first time I'm really hearing of Tiny Toons
I expect you to
that I
know this.
acknowledge.
You raised two little ones. You had to be sitting there and they got the TV on
No,
in the
I ain't
background.
watch no tunes.
Uh,
They didn't watch no Looney Tune, no Tiny Toon. They didn't watch that.
Doesn't surprise me one bit there, fella. And enough of my yapping, but if there's anybody who may have known this brother, being that we're all from the city, you know what I mean? And it's a big city, small what world out there. Um, and this is I mean, tough topic, but enough of my yapping.
Let's quench the self-love nations.
Jumping the
I'm not
gun.
on that out there. You said enough of my yapping. That's my cue line. I'm gonna jump it most times. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As 9 is presented on 87 bars, volume 19. My goodness, 19. Wow. Juice WRLD. As always, we have a very important video that I need you to check out. A Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. For that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. The goal in life is not to live forever, but to create something that will. The goal in life is not to live forever, but to create something that will.
That's brilliant.
Juice WRLD. Yeah, agreed.
more growth and development platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
Closing the gap.
Number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Amen to that. People say amen. Ace X2U, big ups to Ace. Y'all check in on Mouthpiece Included, uncut politics content. Jamel Hill stole that term, should have trademarked it. Ace X2U says Washington Heights, Southside Shy. That's where he's checking in from. All right. Named it after him. Been meaning to do some investigation. He's bigger than we think. Like Jesse Jackson. Yeah, I'm Jesse Jackson, no relation. I just drive an IROC through the fence and don't care. You know what I mean? No relation. Yeah, all right, buddy.
Jesse Jackson Jr., no relation.
That's
something?
mind-blowing. You SOP. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan Jr., no relation. Yeah. Big ups to Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
Our Jesse. Yes. I didn't want you to say no ups, thinking I was thinking about the other one.
Yeah, no, I knew you was talking about that one didn't drive through the fence. I don't know. I don't know of him driving through the fence.
Probably will now. All right, y'all. In case you missed last week's show, we covered non-verbal autistic humans, generally children. Our first edition where we unpacked the telepathy tapes. Self? Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I think it's in your best interest to check it out. Check it out. So much information. Oh my God.
Unless they see it on big media, they're not gonna buy into it. Not our people, but yeah, they have to hear it at the indoctrination centers before they accept it as true, or at a church, synagogue, something like that.
Not our listeners, but the goyim.
Yeah, the goyim. Yeah. All right. Here's our poll question. It's up in the community tab. Doesn't cost anything to vote. Have your voices be heard, and it's anonymous. Do you believe rest in peace Juice WRLD deleted himself? Do you believe rest in peace Juice WRLD deleted himself? Your options are simply no, yes, and who is Juice WRLD? Which is a fair contemplation, right? So, I mean,
yes, sir.
Is it conceivable that somebody from Chicago of our culture would not even know who that is?
Very.
We've tuned out of the Grammy Awards and all that stuff. Not on SoundCloud and Apple Music. Don't care about the clicks.
No. There's a whole section and sector that don't. And I hate rap music. I hate them. They're violent and all that. That's all they talk about is misogynistic and none of that. They wouldn't even know.
Hey, bro. We'll give you guys our answer to the poll at the end of the show. I'll put a poll up. Would you trade your 2025 first, your 2027 first, and second for Myles Garrett? 71% of the people say yes. 14% say not on your life. And itself, can you believe 14% said maybe I like to rub my bum on the fence? That was the answer. Maybe. And then I put I like to rub my bum on the fence. Somebody selected that.
That was the best answer for him.
There's no way. There's no way that could be the best answer for somebody unless they like to rub their bum on the fence.
Well, somebody that's always maybe does like to rub their bum on the fence.
Literally.
Yeah, just saying.
All right, y'all. Take the time, hit the community tab or the post or whatever. It shows up on the page, and you can have your voices heard out there. Please hit that like button, share, repost it, tweet it, get it out there on Twitter. Is Twitter banned yet? Can you still access Twitter?
Yeah, I mean, the head of the efficiency
He's 19 years old.
cabinet thing is a
19-year-old pink guy.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, but Elon's hired a bunch of the oldest person on his staff is 22 years old, and most of them are under 20. And he's got them questioning full-grown adults on their efficiency and how they're doing their job. Yeah, Elon. Was he born in America? So if we're gonna start doing shows on like Donald Trump, we're just gonna do what we know about Donald Trump, what we know about Elon Musk. My wife was watching The View, and what's his name? Started Microsoft. Looks like Kermit the Frog, or at least the guy who created the Muppets. Yeah, he looks like the guy who created the Muppets. Yeah, I'm walking past, and she's like, "That's Bill Gates." Do you think that I don't know who Bill Gates is? You know what I mean? Yeah, big ups to Tasia. All right. Did you see? I know you saw this. You stay pretty unplugged, but you'd have had your head in a hole. The big airplane disaster where the Black Hawk helicopter collided with the airline over DC.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Right, mighty convenient right now for this time of what's going on in Washington.
Well, it's funny because it was funny.
Mighty convenient.
It was some figure skaters from California, like world class Utes. Now, this could be history repeating itself or the big universe balancing itself, but supposedly, I was watching a Rogan clip from like 5 years ago, and one of his guests was talking about how the CIA allegedly blew up a plane with about 70 passengers. It was a Cuban plane, and they had a big fencing, some young fencers on the team. So it could be the universe just balancing everything.
And I saw something that was talked about in 1961. There was a plane crash with figure skaters on it. And she was implying that this is a loop. And it's all part of a loop. And it was a bunch of instances, the same amount of stuff that's been going on right now and around the same time. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy because we hadn't even had that conversation, and I just happened to see that video on Rogan, and now you're talking about the loop, and it's just crazy. Synchronicity. To be aware is to be conscious.
Yeah.
All right. Karen, we got a video on fair use. Big ups to Sky News. Big ups to Sky News, y'all. We're going to unpack this.
Yeah, it looks like Ace said that Elon was born in South Africa.
Right. This guy's a billionaire, one of the so-called richest people in the world, not even born here. And you guys are tooting his horn. Well,
Part of the government.
Not
government. Prior to initial descent, the crew briefed the arrival for the troops' 5 arrival, followed by an ILS approach to runway 1 at DCA. Around 8:15, the aircraft left 37,000 feet for an initial descent. At 8:39:10, Potomac approached, cleared the crew for the Mount Vernon visual runway 1 approach. At 8:43:06, the crew made initial contact with the DCA tower. The tower controller then asked if the crew could switch to runway 33. After a brief discussion between the crew, they agreed to runway 33. At 8:45:27, the autopilot was disconnected. At 8:46:01, a radio transmission from the tower was audible, informing Pat 25 that traffic just south of the Wilson Bridge was a CRJ at 1,200 feet circling to runway 33. At 8:46:29, the crew received a 1,000-foot automated call-out. At 8:46:47, DCA Tower cleared other jet traffic on runway 1 for departure with no delay. At 8:47:29, the crew received a 500-foot automated call-out. At 8:47:39, a radio transmission from the tower was audible asking Pat 25 if the CRJ was in sight. 1 second later, the crew received an automated traffic advisory stating traffic. At 8:47:42, a radio transmission from the tower was audible directing Pat 25 to pass behind the CRJ. At 8:47:58, the crew had a verbal reaction, and FDR data showed the airplane beginning to increase its pitch. Sounds of impact were audible about 1 second later, followed by the end of the recording.
Mm. You know,
You got something to say about it or what? You just moaning and turning your head, fella.
it's very fishy, the whole thing, and it's very convenient that they getting rid of some policies, and then they're saying that this happened and it was pilot error, and it's just very convenient.
I feel that. Yeah, Trump came out, blamed it on DEI.
Could be very well remote controlled plane, or not the plane, the copter. Helicopter.
Yeah. Some people are speculating that, but Trump is saying it was DEI related. Right. Everybody assumed he was talking about the copper colored, but it was a female pilot. And they said send me a video, something we knew though. I didn't know the percentages was that high. Like a majority of people getting DEI is white women.
Right.
Yeah, we said that years ago on this show.
Right.
It was meant for I want to say black men, but I'll say black people. But we're the least representative in that whole pie of DEI. It's
absolutely.
It's like white women, and it's just every other race. We're last.
Yeah. They started including everybody in the party.
Yeah.
And it was our people that allowed it, which is
yes.
Our leaders shared everybody and all of that. The Black Caucus, I'm going to go ahead and say it. The Black Caucus, these people include everybody else in their mission. It's not just for so-called copper-colored or black people. It's not just for black people. It's for everybody. Every other caucus is strictly for those people.
Facts. Good facts. And they include the alphabet people in our caucus.
Yeah.
Whatever color.
Everybody.
Yeah. 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 You're right. The handicap. You're right.
Everybody, bro. That's it's ridiculous. The way it's worded, it's for everybody.
Well, everybody matters, right?
Well, everybody else is concerned about their section and their
I
group
got
of
you.
people.
I got you.
And they don't include everybody,
Yeah.
which is obvious in how stuff gets ran.
Agreed. Yeah, man. So you think it's possible? We have autopilots, we have technology. You think it's possible that the AI, or because they made it a point to say the autopilot was switched off, awfully convenient. The plane had to switch runways. You think somebody could hack that or somehow control that computer remotely and kind of operate that helicopter as a drone? Um, because they said
All of the above. All of that is possible.
but they were talking to a helicopter pilot. He was saying he saw the plane, but he was apparently looking at another one.
Was he talking to the pilot?
Oh, the helicopter.
I mean, helicopter pilot, the one that was flying,
He was talking to the FAA, to the tower. So what you just suggested, he was talking to the tower. The tower,
right.
control tower.
They
The
saying
FAA.
it was a woman that was flying. Who was
Okay,
talking to the tower?
So you're right. You're right. It was a man's voice that responded from the helicopter talking to the tower. Wow. So they had a trainer and then another trainer and then the chief were all on that, like a head trainer, were all on that helicopter. And they said it should have been flying at 200 feet, but for some reason they were up to like 375 feet. But even rational people self are saying, so we're okay with jets just flying 200 feet above helicopter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of all the airspace,
Right.
something's wrong how they doing that.
And none of that makes any sense.
Well, they say they're going to change it all now. So you have to ask who was on who was on that passenger plane. You'd have to ask yourself, and who was on that helicopter, and what did they know, and blah 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 blah.
Exactly.
So rest in peace to all the victims.
Condolences to their families.
Yeah, they're all in a much better place. All right, 187 bars. This is volume 19, The Ascent and Transition of Juice WRLD. Please smash that like button, y'all. What does the chat think? Let's see. Uzi said, didn't end himself. Wow.
What was that?
Uzi said that Juice WRLD didn't delete himself.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Big up, Uzi. Israel said, I'm sorry, I do not know who that baby is. Oh, okay. And Elon Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa. That's when Peter Griffith started his own country, called it Pretoria. Yeah, right in his backyard. He was sovereign, so sounded like you. Yeah, he had all his rights. Wrote treaties and stuff. You got to watch that episode. You probably love it.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. All right. That's what we're gonna get into, bro. That's what we're gonna get into. And y'all know that we're about to give you the dome teaser. I think you guys are smart enough to solve this. I am heard but not seen. I hold emotions in between. I can lift you up or bring you down. In the music world, I am profound. I see why nobody solved it. This is just put down what you think it is, y'all. If you don't get it, we're not going to hold this against anybody. This is how teachers lie to you. If you get it wrong, it won't cost against you, but anybody who gets it right get extra points. And I used to be sitting there like, wait a minute. They get extra points. I get less points. That costs against me. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And somehow self-love got it. Ace said wind. Huh? Earth, wind, and fire out there? Nice try, Ace. But Brother Wordsmith just typed it in our personal chat and he somehow got it.
Well, I was looking at it the whole
Oh,
time.
okay.
I said, "Oh, wait a minute, something's. I don't know what this is." And then you were like, "Oh, yeah." Then
yeah.
I realized what had happened.
Yeah, that thing was hallucinating, man.
Because that had me lost.
That thing was hallucinating. All right, y'all got all show to solve it. Brother Wordsmith will give y'all the answer at the end. And everything you're looking for might be right in front of your face. That's the hint I'm going to give you. Enough of the appetizers out there, fella.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right, Karen, we got a promo video. Yeah, it's interesting. People don't think he deleted himself, bro. I thought I was just a wacky conspiracy theorist.
Didn't sound right. Next.
Yeah. All right, next week.
So he can offer you $1 million to carry on foolishness. And look at you. You rapping, he gives it to you, and then he takes it right back.
187 bars, Self. Rest itself.
Okay.
Yo, you got the juice now, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to continue that series.
Not too soon.
No, it's not too soon. Sometimes you got to catch that wave. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to catch that wave, that algorithm. You know what I mean? Be a little, what do you call that? Algorithm whore, clout whore. You know, sometimes you got to do that. You know what I'm saying? The power corrupts. So when you literally consider it, you know, people like Joe Biden and others on both sides invested in these private institutions, something that you and big ups to Brother Kramer, Bernard Kramer, y'all check out his book.
Who Stole the Soul?
Who Stole the Soul, the weaponization of hip hop. And you guys were discussing on that show, and I eventually saw a documentary on it. How these pink people sat in a room, made everybody sign non-disclosure agreements, and then said how they're going to make money on top of money. They've invested in the privatization of prisons, which is all involved with the government allowing that to be privatized. And then these people invested money and bought stocks. And then they said, we're going to create music and film and TV that's going to create and program the minds of the African-American community, so-called, and land us in jail. And then you got Biden and everybody calling us savages. And so this really, bro, is a result. This whole series almost, the whole series is a result of that meeting that those alleged devils allegedly had in that conference room.
And I would definitely say most of it, because we've done some early people, some early pioneers, and I don't think they were part of the privatization, but most of the people we've have been 187 bars have been, man, exact result.
What year was that we met with those A&Rs on the southeast side of Chicago? The Trinity. That was our clique. And Rhyme Fest was there. I don't know if Kanye showed up, but remember, they were the guys who kind of pulled us into that. It was like in a YMCA or in a community center.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I think there was BDs looking back on it all. And yeah, you know, we love the beats and, you know, we love y'all style and everything, but they not looking for that. Who's not looking for that? That ain't what they want, man. Can y'all come back with some more of that gangster stuff that shoot them up, kill them up? Remember, they had us, older black men who look like us.
Exactly what you're talking about. I'm trying to think of the year.
Yeah, what year was that? 96? And it wasn't.
When did I move back here?
It wasn't pink people though, was it? Delivering the poison.
Oh no. It wasn't at all.
Not at the level of handing you. Yeah, yeah.
They were looking for a group of people. See, also we were older too, so that pushed us kind of out of that because they wanted to take advantage and push some
Older
narrative.
and less poor and stupid. But
Yes.
they still. But if we had that mentality,
Yeah.
they still probably would have messed with us and at least use us. Y'all could be A&Rs and then go out here and and create O Block. Big ups to O Block.
Yeah. I'm just saying we were less influenceable. They couldn't influence. They were looking for
100%.
young people they could completely take advantage of.
Young, poor, and stupid. Because poor and ignorant. We'll say poor and ignorant. And it usually won't have like a structure around them. You know what I mean? They
got talent.
Who are super talented. Yeah. And got that grind. Can't take that away from them. They work hard, you know what I'm saying, and at their craft. So you can't take that away from them. They got a gift. It's just misguided, and they get used. No difference than a 13-year-old who comes off the porch and they're standing on the corner selling packs. It's really no different. You know what I mean? Or I go work at McDonald's, get used.
No different. Not much different.
Not much different. Still selling poison to the people. Yeah. Nice hustle though. All right, enough of our yapping. We'll get on topic. All right, we do the show for George Floyd. Just want y'all to know that. So we're gonna be on their ass as long as they on our ass. And we're reparations around here. Reparations first. So that's why we do it. And we do it for the culture. We're recording our history. We're documenting our history for our progeny so that they can know what the truth is. Not was, not will be, is. There's an eternal presence and there's an eternal truth. All right, 187 bars. Brother Wordsmith, we're going to start out with the life before the industry. Where was Juice WRLD born and raised?
As far as I know, Homewood, Illinois.
Partially true. He was born in the Chi, which, Homewood is 15 minutes south. Come straight down Halsted, or you can jump on the E-way and slide over.
Depending on where you're going, it's closer than that.
Yeah, true that. Jared Anthony Higgins was born December 2nd, 1998 in the Chi, but he was raised in the South suburbs by Mama Dude after his parents' divorce at the tender age of 3. So they said his pops, when he was 3, just walked out and never came back. Those stories always, you know what I mean? Those stories always, man.
Yeah, it's one side of the story.
I know.
That's what's with all of those stories. I mean,
I can't believe all of them.
I'm just saying, even if it's
true,
it's still one side of the story. Some people had to go away, and some people were made to go away, and they just stated they went away. You know what I mean?
Walked out.
Yeah, that's what it's not always they walked out.
Not saying it ain't this situation, but they left out the part about he came in and she was spread eagle with another man. Yeah, they leave out that part. Huh?
Or sometimes the family be like, "Oh no, you got to go." Back in them days.
Yeah, but these days,
well, not it definitely ain't. I'm talking about back in the days.
Yeah, we're not in the deep South. We're in Chicago, fella.
Shit, I'm talking about. I didn't say them people. I said the family.
Yeah, it's not the deep South. It's Chicago.
Yeah, that happened in Chicago. I know some families, but our age, right before us. But
what sparked Juice WRLD's interest in music at an early age? Well, first, before we do this, were you familiar with this young man's art and music before his untimely demise?
I think you heard some of it, but I couldn't say. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's Juice WRLD."
No, I think you were though, because remember I started following some of the drill artists, and
Yeah.
I would send you some of the. I'd be like, this dude's kind of, you know what I'm saying? I would,
Yeah.
bro.
I mean, I like I said, I recognized the music. I had heard it before, but I didn't know who it was.
Yeah,
I hadn't, I didn't,
yeah. Well, yeah. I know what you mean. You guarding your gates. You watching the intake
yeah, and
through
they
your eyes and
all
your
kind of
ears.
they sounded the same to me at the time, actually,
Yeah,
like a
but
whole lot of artists. But
he was different though.
he was,
Yeah,
but I had them all in the same category.
yeah.
You know what I
Young,
mean?
young,
So I didn't know who they
young,
was.
young, poor, and stupid. But he was playing music, bro. His mom had put the instruments, to keep him focused after his dad wasn't around. He was taking music lessons and stuff, bro. At an early age, I think when he was 6, his mother signed him up for music lessons, and they said he quickly learned to play multiple instruments like piano, percussion, and later the guitar. So this could have been like a lot of these cats um, we're all, I guess, previous spirits in a new avatar. But I think a lot of people like this, these geniuses, they can tap into something that they were already doing in the previous time.
And if you get into it in theta, that'd be what a lot of these geniuses be. They figured that what they want to
100%.
do when they in theta.
And you're in theta and somebody's programming that subconscious that it's easy and this, I don't know. But
They just
musical.
tapped into their subconscious. They
Oh, got
can
you.
still reach there
Got you.
and still pull. So
Got you.
information.
Like the way Tiger Woods was on national TV making putts when he was still in theta.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Stayed in theta. And that's the way. Ooh, we just hit on to something. All right. How did Juice WRLD begin his music career? Got any idea there, Phil?
I don't.
So I don't know if we mentioned this pre-show but he started his music, bro. He was in high school uploading songs he recorded on his cell phone to
Oh,
SoundCloud under the
yeah, I
name,
know it was SoundCloud, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm glad you're saying this because
under the name of Juice the Kid. During his sophomore year of high school, he was at Homewood Flossmoor out there. So now, if he was born in '98, sophomore year, he'd be what, like 16? We're talking 08, we're talking
we were
2014. Were
15.
you living out there at that time?
We were 15. 2014. Wait a minute. Got the house in 91.
2014?
No.
Oh, okay. 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 Um, his first hit song was Lucid Dreams, which gained widespread popularity. This one, I don't think I liked it. But I know what you're saying. A lot of them was doing that chop and screw and whatever they call that music. Yeah. And you're like, man, this sounds like, and I remember y'all was telling me, yeah, you got to be on lean to like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, what? People listen to this? They slow the music down and yeah. But I was behind my time. That was his first big hit, and I can see how that crossed him over.
That's pop music right there. Yes. That's what that is. That ain't like no hip hop, no rap that you know what I mean? It's pop and
It's music.
yeah, and it's catchy. It's more of a popular. Yeah. That's why that one hit.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I ain't gonna lie
No.
about that. It wasn't necessarily my thing. But this guy came out the mud. Let's make that clear. Brought himself up out the mud. You know anything about his challenges growing up? Before he,
I saw one interview where he said that he would listen to Future and
yeah. Go ahead.
he wanted to do lean when he was 9 years old.
No, ninth grade.
I'm talking about it was before he was old enough. He it wasn't like he started using it. He said it's what made him want to.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So he was 9 years old.
Is
When,
future
when
is future part of it? The
yeah,
Illuminati, we
well
called it
future
pill music from the beginning.
yeah, and then he stopped doing the drugs and kept making the drug music according to him. Ain't
Pill
that some
music.
ain't that some
He
ain't
was
that
to
some
pills with
and lean. Because that's the first thing that
he he
Juice
he
World said.
he was to pills what Cypress Hill was to weed. There's a whole it hits different.
That's yeah, well, completely different on, as far as I'm concerned, but I hear you.
So you said, yeah, I do remember him saying he loved Future. Can you imagine these guys, those guys that sit in the room, that sat in that room, all that for money and power and influence. And then on top of it, they was able to lock up black people, copper colored people, indigenous people. Um, wow, bro. And then turn loose artists like Future onto the community. And then open up so-called pharmacies all around America pushing opiates. And
And the
it,
doctors, man.
and they got painkillers. Go ahead, I'm gonna throw it to you, but they got painkillers that don't even need opiates that they claim they just discovered that they probably had for 200 years.
Yeah, they had, of course. I don't think we had no opiates. Now, at least not in the opiate pill form. It wouldn't, the stuff they make it out of, we probably used, but it wasn't, you know, in a pill form. It highly um uh not natural, opposite of natural.
Yeah, highly synthesized.
Yeah, it's chemical reactions and all of that. No, we didn't use none of that. So nature versus
Living in Homewood, he didn't have he couldn't have been super poor.
no. I don't think he was poor. I think he went to homeless lost more. I don't.
You could be
I,
check to check though.
you could definitely be living check to check, but that's still most stuff taken care of.
Right. And at that time, I remember you was telling me though the neighborhood was changing when I used to come around it.
Yeah,
But at that time, it was a lot of people, nothing to do, doing drugs. I mean, he was probably doing it with his music. You know what I mean? Wow.
yeah. He said he got some pills when he was in ninth grade. That's when he got the pills.
How you feel about random drug testing kids in school all the way up to the time they graduate high school? Not all of them. Like what I'm saying is you'll take 40 of them every day will get randomly called in for a drug test, something like
I'd
that.
rather change how the school is ran.
You don't want to drug test the kids?
No, I'd rather change how the school is ran and make them education centers instead of
Prisons.
yeah,
You don't think
or precipice to prisons or labor.
you don't think the fear of embarrassment and having their parents find out would stop a lot of children from succumbing to the peer pressure and listening to the rap music, the certain type of rap music that
Those people are still under that act. The people that's gonna be are still under that act. The other
the,
ones is not. The other ones might be doing smoking with their parents.
I'm not saying you criminalize it, you just use it as a tool.
Um, uh, no, I don't want the way the school system is, I don't want them putting anything on any of them students.
Yeah, so his dad died, bro, in the same year he did, 2019.
Wow.
And he turned that into content, mentioned it, I think, at one of his shows. But I couldn't really figure out how he died, man. Maybe a heart attack, but his dad was like 48.
Oh, the father. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, his dad was 48.
Yeah.
Died the same year.
It was before Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
Obviously, if he mentioned it at a show.
Yeah, like 7 months before or something like that.
Wow.
And Juice was talking about in his music, he said something about 27 Club. I'll be happy to see 20. We be happy to see 21.
Yeah.
All of that, knowing how he was programmed by Future, he's somewhat did the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
He didn't glorify it, I don't think. He didn't glorify it in his records, though, the drugs.
So Future's still alive.
Yeah, but they didn't murder Future. Well, that's what I'm saying. It seems like this guy and what's the other guy we covered? XXX
Yeah,
Extension.
yeah.
They were doing emo music, and maybe they were getting wise to everything. But I know they were linked up together. But he would also be linked up with NLMB and Bibby and all those cats. So this Juice WRLD's an interesting cat. Yeah, he's an interesting cat, man. Interesting cat.
Let's say he was a suburb guy, but hanging with Bibby and G Herbo and
oh yeah, but see that was based on the music. Yeah.
Acting thug though.
Yeah. Yeah. But by the time he came up, there were some thugs in the south suburbs, bro.
No doubt.
There was gangsters out there. I'm not saying he was
long before he.
Yeah. Not saying he was, but I hear you. You're saying he may have been seduced.
Yeah.
By being around
the people that was around him said that I don't know if they are part of the narrative or whatever, but they said he wasn't about that.
I could believe that. He's an artist, probably party guy, dance, music. You know what I mean? I could believe that. Got influence and sucked in too. Because a lot of times, like, you remember, because they had those drill beefs.
Yeah,
the people he was
smoking
with.
on op packs and all of this and all of
that. Yeah.
So I'm a killer. Huh?
Yeah.
He was freestyling though, so I can't hold that against him, you know what I mean?
And he was probably high, allegedly.
Man, there was some conversations I heard him have. Boy, he was awesome. Man, because he was talking slurry.
Yeah, but that's the people around.
Like, whoa. And he was doing an interview or whatever. Or maybe they was making music. I don't know. I can't remember the exact content because it was an audio.
It's the Self Luv Show.
You said it was audio?
Yeah, it was audio. It wasn't video.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know he had been on Vlad and No Jumper.
Yeah.
Died shortly after going on No Jumper. Oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah. No Jumper was questioning like why would he, try to take all the pills and they had all that other stuff there. That was just an add-on.
Exactly. You talking
But
about that?
that's what I had thought about anyway. I was like, he's the bag, so everybody would have took whatever they had. He shouldn't have to worry about that. Period.
Yeah, we'll get into that in the second half of the show.
Yep.
We're going to halftime.
So how it is, what's going down? 187 Bars, Volume 19, the Ascent and Transition, Juice WRLD, Self Love Show. As always, we're going to take a few minutes as you are edutained by these incredible videos. And we'll be right back to expand the conversation.
Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years in a desert.
Manna.
Let's talk about what manna truly is. And
Aganoski's in the Middle East right now saying manna is Peter.
can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert, and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond. He's gonna rain down bread in a desert. Moses summoned the strongest men for them to dig, and that's where the whole term of so it is above, so it is what?
Below.
That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find water.
Yeah, like the elephants can do.
So what do you find even in the desert when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants?
Inspiration from your personal experiences, or is it a more broad, encompassing theme?
You always going to draw from your personal experiences, even though a lot of these guys make their stuff up. Don't tell them I told you.
Absolutely. Or it's other people's stories.
I'm glad you said that, because I kind of do that, like Tupac did that. He looked at a situation.
Now Brenda's belly's getting bigger.
Like Brenda's got a baby, I also do that as well. The best songs that people write, I'm sad to say, but it be those hurtful ones. When they got hurt, it's like they write their heart in it, They really want to make you cry with them, Those are like the best songs. I like those songs. I hate writing them, because if I'm writing it, that means I was hurt.
The social programming, man, is off the chain, and we witnessed it. We got to see it firsthand. I often say that hip hop went from having fun to scholars to selling drugs to thugs to doing drugs.
And to literally drive-by mass killing women and children in the neighborhood. Like, that's okay. Killing the elders, shooting up the block, that's all good stuff. To drug raping, all of that stuff became the cool thing to do. And then the mass materialism, and that kind of started during our era.
Yeah.
You talk about all these brands. I didn't know nothing. We didn't know nothing about half these brands that you could copy, Macy's and Nordstrom and all of that stuff. If some rapper hadn't told us about it. You know what I mean? So then the next step, if you ain't got a job or you don't have the means to get it, then what you gonna do to get those goods that we couldn't afford? You gonna sell drugs. You gonna do what you gotta do to get that stuff.
We were having a discussion, and you guys have become bougie. You don't want 12 wins in the regular season.
Yeah, I don't want 12 wins in that summer.
All right, I was watching. I forgot the show, but Danny Parkins was on there. He went on a national show, and at the end, he was like, he asked that dude, I think whose daughter was getting screwed by the video game and playing quarterback at Arizona.
Besides, and by the way, who do you think? Because they told me that I was coming on after Brady. Be honest. Who's more handsome? Me or Brady? Me or Brady?
Hey, listen,
Be honest.
The TV don't lie. Tom's good looking. I'm just going to tell you right there. He's pretty good looking.
Good. All right, fine. I'll concede that one.
He's pretty good looking.
Good.
Oh man, Parkins started blushing. It was like if you asked Hugo about Donald Trump. He started blushing. He was like, "Well, Brady's handsome. He's handsome. Drop dead gorgeous." And you guys think we make all this up. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, drop dead gorgeous.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. You know, it don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real.
Yeah.
Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They're so ignorant.
Ignorant.
They're so
Hey, but this platform's
Your
your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made
made
for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show. Rock song.
You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
Yes, y'all. You're back. 187 Bars, Volume 19. The Ascent and Transition of Juice WRLD. Woo! Talked about his early life. Y'all know how we do. We're going to expand the conversation for the Self-Love Nation.
Facts. Yeah, man. So this is that emo rap. It's not necessarily a classification that would have like rang my ear, but he did have some songs that I love, like Robbery. That's another one I can't think of. But he's got like, man, 4 songs that I just was like, man, this dude is talented. You know, something special.
I hear you. I even like that one that we heard earlier. I was like, okay. I said, this is different than this other stuff that, they kind of sound like, so I didn't know who was who, you know what I mean? But I did like that all right. And I'm sure some other songs I recognized him on later on, like after, I started to recognize his voice. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think I remember Big Clout, rest in peace, FBG Duck, kind of comment on what you was talking about earlier. Certain cats getting involved in stuff that, you know what I mean, shouldn't get involved in. But he was respected in the music world so much. Like certain people knew how talented he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That can only take you
all of them that worked with him knew how talented he was. He's gonna have stuff coming out like Pac. Like somebody I can't
still
think
dropped
of,
it. They
right,
still
I can't
dropped
think
it.
right. I was gonna say I can't think of who it is, but he said that he had like was it no. I can't. I'm not gonna lie. He said he had like almost 300 songs with him.
Yeah, they
like,
posted
damn.
them. They posted them on his channel. Like a lot of songs. Yeah, so he they say his music caught the attention. Music video for All Girls Are the Same, which went viral and helped propel him into the mainstream. All Girls, let me pull this up. You ever heard that?
Not sure, to be honest.
Same. Juice WRLD. All right.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and it helps that he was already a musician. So he's able to get into the studio, kind of like Michael Jackson used to do. He knew what he wanted. And
he's doing it all himself on his phone. And he got a very good idea of what he wants.
How can, that's a good point. That's a good point. Wow. Yeah, so he had Goodbye and Good Riddance in 2018 and Death Race for Love in 2019. And then he had the one they released right after his passing. So he, you know, a lot of.
And they had two after his passing.
Well, I mean the one right after.
Yeah, that one right after. That was the
Yeah.
one he recently worked on. That was like
Yeah.
his last thing.
Yeah. Yes.
It wasn't like somebody put some together.
Pulling something that, and Mills made this back in 2007. Right. You know what I mean? Which, you know, still would be good. But like you said, it's the last thing. It's more mature and it's had more life in it. So yeah,
21 years old, man. That's crazy.
21, man, and he was singing about liver and kidney damage, bro, at 21. So to your point, he had to start messing with them pills and lean just early.
14. Like he said he wanted to do it when he was 9, when he first heard Future. And then he said that he got a whole
couldn't come across none.
Well, he was young. He wasn't exposed to it. And then he came across some Percocets when he was 14.
Yeah, he didn't have a plug. He didn't know nobody.
Shit, he came across motherfucking Percocets at 14.
And he was 9. So if he's 9, it's hard for somebody to even want to sell them to you. Or even give them.
You know what I mean? But he just was like, especially the codeine.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers is doing codeine, giving that to no child.
Correct. Unless it's another child.
Well, yeah. Well,
I mean, look what African Bambaataa allegedly gave
most
to
of them were children.
Look what
you still be a child at 30 if you don't mature.
That's true. Look what African Bambaataa allegedly did to
perfect example.
What's his name? Hassan Campbell allegedly. Well, it's not allegedly because Hassan Campbell said it. Yeah, he said it.
Yeah, but he wasn't no child. He was a killer, wasn't he?
Yeah,
16, 17. When he's 16 or 17?
Yeah, he was a goon in the street. The comparison of what he's saying is if I would have done something like that to Cozy. You know what I mean? That's the comparison of what he's saying. You know what I mean? That I would even fought to pull that on a Cozy. You know what I'm trying to say? So, but Bambaataa was plugged.
Yeah. He was.
You know what I mean? He had protection. He had goons too, allegedly. According to well, so we're off topic. Big ups to Hassan Campbell. And on the one hand, he means no. He's got some content. I'd be like, I agree with everything he just said, and then he starts talking about it. Knock the snotbox back.
I was just saying, no, I'm not going to no ups, big ups, or no ups. I'm not
Peel
saying
back
that. I'm just chilling.
He come out there the day somebody kid gets killed, and your son got a snotbox knocked back. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, come on, man. To your point about children, good point. It's a good point. I could more see Hassan Campbell, in my opinion, doing something like that to a young person. You know what I mean? Than a African Bambaataa. But I don't know. I wasn't there. All right. He helped build Juice WRLD, SoundCloud. Now, because SoundCloud had owned some interest in him, and could that have just been more of a play of let's promote the crap out of SoundCloud? In other words,
there's a whole list. It was a thing that SoundCloud artists was that got popping, and then they get deals from SoundCloud, and they ain't from SoundCloud, but from being on SoundCloud, and then they were just putting their music on there. They weren't signed by anybody or anything. They were just putting music out or whatever, and then they get discovered
and getting like a penny a click. But is it possible that the pink people in SoundCloud could have sat down in a boardroom somewhere. Haven't been any documentaries, no witnesses have come out. But if you're doing a remote viewing, maybe you think these things are possible. Is it possible that some execs at SoundCloud, I'm not saying it was Juice WRLD, could have had artists that they were just putting clicks on and saying, "Oh, this guy's got 40
Absolutely.
million clicks,"
Yes,
and they're
because
investing in him, and then they get a deal.
it became
And it promotes their venue.
their SoundCloud.
He got rich here.
Or at least he got known here. He had listeners and people was listening. I don't.
They were getting paid.
I have to look into that. I don't.
Yeah, I think they were getting paid. Maybe I'm thinking of the one that came after SoundCloud. Well, they were getting paid. It was a big to do over. Oh, we're not getting paid enough, but they were getting a little bit per click.
Look, I don't.
Or
I
per
don't know.
numbers of clicks. Yeah, they were getting something. They go out and buy some pills and stuff.
But I know they got a whole lot of people got signed from putting their music on SoundCloud. It was
yeah. But he was early. So if I were to start a platform, it's in my platform's interest to suggest to everyone, come to my platform, and you can be like this guy.
Man, there's so many. I can't name them at all, but it's like a long list of SoundCloud artists. Man,
correct.
It's a trip.
Yeah, correct. And they're making money from the advertising.
They're definitely making money. SoundCloud, shit. You're right about that.
So following his transition, Juice WRLD was honored with several posthumous awards and recognitions. His music continued to impact the charts. His third album, Legends Never Die, that's the one. Look at that title. We've been here before, haven't we?
Be here again. We choose to come back to this experience.
It's a brilliant title. And for someone who was quote unquote suicidal and depressed.
Someone who said the quote of the day.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And he's a Chicago legend. Was released in 2020, debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200. So there you go. And we'll get into the conspiracy theory later. You promote, maybe market, you know what I mean? Pay for the marketing, pay for clicks for his post about how suicidal he is and how many pills he takes and the drugs he likes. You get that out there into the consciousness of mankind, right? And then the album is Legends Never Die, and then that gets released right after he dies, and some people make a whole lot of money.
And
King Von,
yes,
FBG Duck.
Well, I'm just saying that right before they have a album, it's an album coming out or what have you, where it's like,
oh, I got you. Where the album's complete or 90% complete.
Yeah, and then they put it out right after it's.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
#1.
I know exactly what you're saying, bro. And it's a damn good album. Now, could they be pressing some sort of chants into this music?
I mean,
is there a frequency they're putting in it to make people wacky?
Not necessarily wacky, crazy.
I mean, they're pulling out, people shooting each other over nonsense.
There are frequencies that can, everything is frequency. Everything is, movement. It's all vibration. So there is a frequency that can make every individual, there is a different frequency probably for every individual that can really make them go bananas and crazy, insane,
H. Moultrie says Zach Levine, good riddance. We call him Bed Rest Levine, is now in Sacramento with DeRozan. It float your boat?
No shit, Sherlock.
Where does that hit on your interest level, Self?
Not at all.
Where would it have hit if Pippen would have been going to play with Jordan in Sacramento? Would that have meant something to you? You damn right it would have.
Yeah, it was Jordan, Michael Jordan.
And it was Pippen, and they got us 6 rings. Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. These guys. DeRozan, big ups. Big ups to both of them somewhat, but all right, it's management's fault.
I didn't like that they traded him for a couple of cups of coffee.
I mean,
and a bump of cocaine.
Who, Levine?
Yeah.
Well, get him out of here. He don't play defense. He don't do nothing. I'm glad they took his contract. Get him out of here, bro. The Bulls are going to be a ninth seed season after season with this guy.
I thought money had to be the same in basketball.
No, that's why they had them to eat the money. That's why they got nothing for them. They got them to eat the money. Right?
Yeah, that better be.
Yeah. Good riddance. Yeah, good riddance, Zach Levine. Who cares? Man, we got to move forward. And we had something, bro. Mark my words, and we're way off topic here, but if I'm the Lakers, I go out and get the other dude they call Fat. That's what the Bulls need to be building around. The one at New Orleans, Zion Williamson. Yeah, not gonna, because they're not gonna want to pay his big fat ass a supermax. Do you understand? You know, same thing that happened if what can happen to at Drop Dead Gorgeous, Luka Doncic, if that can happen to him, man, nobody's gonna want to back this dude with all that money. So this is the league's payback to the unions, bro, and they want to get their marketing up, their viewership up. And what's the best way to do that? New York, Chicago, LA, and Boston have got to be good because nobody else in the United States really cares about the NBA as much as we do. Maybe San Antonio, you can throw in Denver now. Golden State.
I don't even really care about the NBA. It's I don't really like it. There's some competitiveness and
But you don't like all the woke politics?
Talent. No, they're not gonna hijack woke from me. So,
Coach, I'm surprised you watch the NBA. They woke. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised you can watch that. He's talking about the NBA, but then you hate.
Well, they reported on Fox. He don't watch the NBA. They just reported on Fox. That's the only way he could speak about it.
All right. So Juice WRLD, in his music, he had a roller coaster type of relationship, a romantic partner. Okay, so let's get into this. You got to move out of Chicago when you're famous. You got to get out of the city.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't live in the city, so
that's one thing. But okay, let's take Sosa. Oh, that's right. Sosa lived in the city. Okay, all right.
He lived in the hood.
Right, but even then, okay. So live in the suburbs. I'm just saying. My point is, you got to move away to be safe. Help your career. They move away and they get surrounded by Adam the 16 on they get surrounded by Ali Lottie, that was his girl. Like on that plane he was on, I don't think I saw one copper colored on that plane. Major concerns.
Yeah, he went to school in the South Boys. His close people around him was not copper colored. That's what I can see.
Bro, he went to Homewood Flossmoor in what year? Do you know how many black people were in the Homewood area by the time
Yeah,
he
but
grew up?
when you went to Eisenhower, wasn't it there's some black people that just hung with white people? One or
That
two.
that only hung with white people?
I mean, not only, but mostly.
No. But it was a different time.
Yeah, and I knew some at Leo.
That only hung with white people.
Mostly. And we ain't had
Okay.
the amount of students y'all had.
So
I'm just
what's your
I'm just
point?
saying that could be the case. That could be the case. Those people were talented and they were involved with those people in other avenues that the regular people wasn't for
Man,
most
this
part.
guy moved from Homewood and surrounded himself around all white people is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about.
Okay. They were saying that I thought some of the people that was with him was from high
From
school.
here, you're saying they were already
Right. Tied to him.
so he didn't meet them out in Cali. That's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, they shared he and Allie shared a close and highly publicized relationship, with Lottie often appearing in his social media posts and accompanying him on tours. Yeah, no, I mean, there's something going on.
Yeah, the chick
He was
before
signed
her.
by black people on the Southeast side, but that
Yeah,
don't mean those are your friends.
right. Like Lil Bibby and G Herbo from right
So, you,
over here.
so you, so you
I'm
don't get
saying
any red flags that this cash cow has surrounded himself by all pink people. It's totally normal to you.
I didn't know. Nothing about this is normal, but I'm
This,
saying the persons that I described were abnormal. They were an outlier. They were not. But once he they claimed that he was so dedicated to her that chick, but he had some of them people was already around before she got there, and motherfucker doing a bunch of pills and lean. Different people can be around him. I saw a video where the people that was actually there when he passed, and there was a couple of copper colored, but it was more not than.
yeah, it just seems like that's just another ploy. Get you out of your, get you away from your people, get
Yeah,
you away from your home base, and surround you around people who could give two shits about you. You're the money cow, and you want to poison yourself all day, and because nobody gives two shits about you.
yeah, it's a trip because he was supposed to go to rehab and all that shit right after this.
Yeah, and I'm not suggesting they didn't care about him because I have seen different things, but it does seem like they care. But if he was rapping like that and he was in the Nation of Islam, none of this would have happened. That's all I'm saying. None of this would have happened. I just find that funny that on that plane that day, I think I got a picture. I'm gonna pull it up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it was all pink people. It was one copper colored. The pilot was pink. The only copper colored was the flight attendant.
So he was a dude that I saw say how it affected him when he died in front of him.
Right, that's at the airport. Once they got back to Midway,
Yeah, he was on the plane.
oh, he was on the plane too.
Yeah. He definitely wasn't a security. because they had security waiting on them on the ground when they got there. But he was with him. He was on the plane.
No, I don't know. This picture, the picture I could never seen. Yes.
Yeah, but someone that's always, taking pills and you're drinking, they ain't got proper discernment.
I mean, his music was pretty.
And shit. On top of that, shit, you 21 years old. Shit, sober. You ain't got the best discernment.
Well, it's the emo lifestyle. So, maybe he's a lot more emo, to your point, than I'm giving him credit for. He's could have been emo from the very beginning. Saying,
It's kind of who he made songs with.
yeah,
Kind of adjusted it.
yeah, he's probably going to those parties and everything. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. It's like running around Hyde Park and there's somebody with pretty much hang around with all the white folks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. But they
like
always
somebody do specific stuff like skateboarding and shit like that.
But they always ended up on pills and all type of wacky shit.
Yeah, man, that's part of it.
Yep. All right. See, personal interests. Yeah, anime, video games. He was a video gamer.
Yes.
Yeah, he definitely fits that profile. I know what you're trying to. Yeah. I don't know. Jeez. But you probably wouldn't have put him. Would he been classified as a goofy? You'd have to know him to know that. You'd have to know him to say that.
I mean, once he makes the music or whatever, then that'll take him out of goofy status once he's known by making music.
Happens with athletes, business people, engineers, everybody all over the world, huh, Self? Once you either get the bag or get famous, the goofy status is gone.
Yeah, for the most part.
That's brilliant. That might be the quote of the week. The quote of the week next week. That is brilliant. Yeah, so he was into anime, man. Naruto, and I could see in some of his videos. Because his videos a lot of times are mixed between like cartoons and real life and stuff. So he was there. He comes off to me like he'd have been more like on acid and mushrooms, bro, instead of the pills, bro. Different generation.
It just seems like it was that effect for him. It was what got him to what you think about acid and
correct
mushrooms.
What did they say Jimi Hendrix died off of? Overdose of what?
Oh, he had
aneurysm.
Alcohol. He get drowned in vomit from
did he?
From drinking, and somebody had him. They definitely gave him the business because he had like 7 times the amount of liquor, and he died in his own vomit.
Is that what happened to him?
Well, that's what has been.
I'm not saying he sold his soul, man, but I'll tell you what: if there are such things as demons and people getting involved in that, bro, those demons are diabolical, bro. Oh, they diabolical as hell. Mental health. How do you think his fame impacted his mental health? He talked a lot about, anxiety and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of the so-called disorder, but that he had, but he didn't feel like his life was real. It just seems like it was all fake.
But that's the people who come into this world who already remember that this is a dream within a dream.
Yeah.
But everybody tells them they're crazy, so
they struggle with it.
Yeah, and they keep hearing that they're crazy and it's stupid. So they eventually stop telling people and they start swallowing a lot of pills and shit. Drinking lean. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Yeah. A lot of those gangsters felt that way in the 20s too, bro. All right. Yeah. But he talked about the pressure. A lot of people talk about that pressure of fame. Not saying he sold his soul. I'm not suggesting that, Joe, but it's a lot of Illuma booty going on. But then they talk about the pressure of the fame, bro. What's that really all about? I mean, you got to be somewhere. You got to go on a show. So what?
I mean, you have to curb yourself to a certain degree because everywhere you go, somebody knows who you are.
That could be an issue. And maybe these people are so free spirited that structure of you got to be here, you got to be there at this time. You know what I mean? You got to be here for rehearsal or whatever. You got to go do this interview. That probably affects them psychologically too. And especially if you're inverted and
Yeah.
you don't want to do interviews and stuff like
You
that.
don't want to do any of that, and you got to
Yeah.
go to do that. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Some of these people could be autistic geniuses and they're forced to be social butterflies.
man, or they're expected to be. They never are. Those introverts, they stay introverted and they, do the stuff begrudgingly.
Yeah. Yeah. They face it and they overcome it. Yeah, so he openly struggled with anxiety and depression, often expressing emotional battles through his music, also battles with his romantic life, because they would break up, get back together and everything. Um, the constant attention, yeah, to your point, Self, the constant attention and the expectations, he said, weighed heavily on him, making it challenging to maintain his mental well-being. Could this be imposter status? You know who else suffers from that? The dude from Outkast, genius.
Drake 2000.
Yeah, yeah. Jay Electronica too.
Don't want to put nothing out. They're not good enough.
They always think it's not. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. But the challenge, the constant attention and the expectations weighed heavily on him, making it challenging to maintain his mental health. And I think if what you're saying is factual, which is what he said, doing those heavy types of drugs consistently. Most people, okay, if you start doing that at 14, Self, at some point you get out of college, what the case might be, you're not about to go live a rock star lifestyle, so it usually starts waning off. If you get out there and you hit that age and you're on the road all the time.
I don't know, man. At 14, usually you're a fucking crackhead.
What do you mean?
Usually you ain't making it to go, to wean it off. If you starting with pills at 14, man.
Yeah, I remember it was a lot of that in Hyde Park. Those rich kids used to be doing it. Yeah, you want to pop this pill? No. Hey, you want to do some acid? No. And some of the black kids used to do it too, but it was just that.
Yeah, I didn't really get exposed to that too much. There were some kids and, at
Yeah.
Leo, but no. So
Yeah. Yeah, they drink
yeah,
more than us, typically.
yeah.
You know.
They do everything more than us, typically.
Yeah. Khalid Muhammad said it. What role? Okay, we did that. The substance abuse. We've been talking about that. Prescription drugs. Prescription, huh? So, what does that suggest?
The doctor,
Yeah.
pharmacy,
Yes.
pharmaceutical.
100%. A lot of people making money. Yeah, prescription. But of course, you always got you a guy too. Especially, I wonder if the record label has them a guy that can just bring them what they need.
Oh, absolutely. What do you mean? All entertainers have a
gopher.
Yeah, assistant that takes care of that.
/ handler.
Yeah, I mean they are the well.
No, the handler
Could
doesn't.
be handler, could not be.
The handler ain't making the runs. The handler is there
Right,
handling.
at all.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
all. But they got somebody, they still can, the assistant still can handle it. They still can be the handler. They're not
yeah,
going to get it, but they can
yeah.
still be the,
They handling it. Yeah,
yes.
100%. Yeah, but the opioids, man, and the lean, like, damn. Oof.
He was on both.
You right, Self. You right. If he was doing all that out there in them south suburbs and didn't get that money from that entertainment and couldn't hold a job, yeah, he'd been out there. He'd have been out there in Fort Heights somewhere. He'd been out there on them streets, out there in Harvey.
Singing out there with no teeth.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Unfortunately, his reliance on substance abuse became a coping mechanism for dealing with the stress and the emotional pain. But typically, when they start doing that so early, isn't it usually associated with trauma? Like he wasn't already under all these pressures at 14, or was he?
Well, he said something that is extremely powerful. That he heard Future's music and it made him want to do lean when he was 9 years old.
Okay, there you go. I have to go back and think about the type of music I had access to. This would have been, I don't want to give my age away, but you know what year that would have been. Man, was I even listening to music at yeah, I was.
Not like that, but
No, not like
your
that.
parents
Yeah,
was playing some
yeah.
soul music. It was something more,
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
yeah, that's type of music that was,
Uh,
that was some music, that was some soul
uh,
music.
uh,
Yeah, not this Future, especially is I don't want to say all his music, but a whole lot of his music is just pill music and drug music, and he sound like he drunk because not drunk. He sound like he off
yeah,
lean,
and you notice how
and
they call it,
he was off lean. He said,
but they called
and
it mumble rap, and I was calling it pill rap because that's why they was mumbling from the lean and the pills.
yeah, and you know it. It wasn't chop and screw from Houston, but it still
Chop
was.
screw
It was Atlanta's. At any rate,
influence.
it that was promoted and put out, and somebody let their child hear that. A 9-year-old shouldn't even hear no fucking Future. Nothing Future makes is should be heard by a 9-year-old.
But how can you stop it? They play it on the radio. They play it
Some
on
of
the
these
radio.
some of these songs weren't, and the songs he was talking about definitely
Man,
hearing what lean is and all that.
you're
And the
right.
parents. The
You might
parents
be
is the
right.
ones playing it. I'm
And
just
they can
saying, like,
you're right, and they can cut it off. I got what you're saying. I got your point. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? I'm
it's not
saying
appropriate.
I'm saying it got to the point though where they were playing all that stuff right on the radio. It's to that point now. They just play it right at 2 p.m., 3 p.m. I hear
Yeah,
it all day.
you're correct in that.
Have you ever heard Child's Bop radio? I got the satellite. Man, the self, it's the same type of music that adults listen to. And I was asking a parent about it, and she was like, yeah, but I guess it's okay because it's kids singing all the songs, and that's why the kids like it. This is how
All the
demonic this is. That they got the parents thinking that, all right, you can have your kids sing Future's music, and that way the kids can listen to it, and that makes it okay, bro. Like,
no, that makes it stupid. That's like it's a thing on YouTube where this little white girl's doing her school performance, and the father get up there and they doing Big Sean, I don't fuck with you. And on
what age were
stage,
they?
she's grammar school and doing it in front of the whole school with her father on the the Flavor Flav.
It don't make
And,
no sense.
and so I'm just saying, like, it's stupid. I don't care who's saying the words, if it's children or what, if they just putting it through a child filter so it sounds like it AI.
Yeah, they could do that.
They don't
now.
need to hear that information. They're not prepared to hear it, and they should not hear it.
Man, so I'm gonna screen record some of the songs. You're gonna be like, damn. I'll be listening to it like, because if it takes out all the profanity and it's not as, I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? This is soft programming. You know what I'm saying?
The radio version used to do that until they started allowing profanity
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the media.
First time I heard profanity on TV was Dynasty, national TV. Remember, he called Alexis the B words, and the whole nation stopped. It was like the slap heard around the world when Will Smith allegedly slapped what's his name, Chris Rock.
Scene cut.
All right.
Great
Impact.
smack, Will.
What impact did this have on his physical health?
Immensely. He had some serious health issues.
Organs, alleged.
Yeah, the liver. And,
Kidney.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then go ahead.
If you take too much Tylenol, it really fucks your
Yes.
liver up. So, but if you taking a bunch of Percocets, that's a whole different ball game.
Up to 20 a day, it was been estimated. They were saying that, say if I'm with y'all and I get to the lab and y'all like, man, you been on that shit. Nah, bro, I ain't had none all day. So then I pop a few with y'all. And then they said he'll run upstairs to the lab upstairs. They'd be like, man, you been popping? Nah, I ain't been popping all day. And then he'd be popping with them. He just had a whole routine. He's probably been running since 14. So it did seem like the people cared. You know what I mean? They did say the only reason he wanted to go to rehab was to get his levels down, but he never intended to stop, according to the people around him.
They say he wanted some, a child too.
He never had kids?
No.
Wow. Oh, yeah, and I think that had something to do with him and his girl. He was just depression too.
Yeah, no. With none of them. And he had, he went through a few chicks. He wasn't going back to the same chick. He was just sliding through chicks.
Oh, okay. Loving them all hard and then having a breakup,
move on, and then
writing
music
about it like
yes.
Taylor Swift and then pop music.
Basically.
So yeah, but they say that schedule, bro, you're on the road, which is all excuses because you can have your gopher or your handler. You can tell your handler, hey, look, I'm not eating this bullshit. I'm not stopping at McDonald's all day. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying they just eat all that BS, bro, that you eat when you're young. You couple that with 20 pills and you couple that with alcohol and you couple that with getting no sleep and all these recording sessions and traveling. It's tough. And I don't put a toll on anybody's body.
Absolutely.
Lean. We ain't even mentioned, we mentioned lean earlier, but lean. Bro, lean has killed so many people on the southeast side of Chicago, bro. But nobody's talking about it.
Mainly a slow death.
That got pushed right up by the same pink people in that lean, bro. We can't get lean on our own.
It's codeine. I mean, shit. So,
yeah.
You got money, you can get pills and codeine.
But see, one thing that connected people with his art was his transparency. They said he freestyled pretty much all his songs. He would mainly freestyle them. Hear a beat, just go. And then, fine tune it and stuff from there, but hear a beat, just go, bro. We always postulated that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. because you're getting that right from the ether.
If you're doing it right.
Yeah. And if you're getting it from the right ether, if you're vibrating right, yeah, you're right. Because, boy, that ether can have you talking about all types of stuff. So yeah, I think all of this we've been discussing is what made him the artist that he was and what made people, because a lot of his issues, more people than we would imagine are dealing with it, bro. Because we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. I mean, it's putting all those pills on the street and, we predicted this.
You did way more than I. I didn't see it coming as much as you did, but I did see it coming. But yeah, you put me on to it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause I wasn't even listening to they shit at all. I'm like, ugh. And I shouldn't have been like that either, though, because there was some good music out of it, but it just kind of turned me off because
Yeah,
I
but
was
not
working
even
on the project. So,
but this ain't just the musicians. I'm not talking about just the musicians, just from interacting with young people and how they was vibrating like okay, yeah, through the music, what the music does is you hear what they're talking about and what they're being programmed. And so they tell you what they're things they probably won't tell their parents, things they probably won't just tell a typical adult just out of the blue. That's what that music does. It kind of ties you to that vibration, that frequency, and then you can get some information. Not that you know what I mean. So then you can postulate, oh, this is bad. You know what I'm saying? You like, this is bad. And then you start asking people you meet, and yeah, that's all we do. That's what they do, bro. I'm like, whoa. And I always tell them one thing. I tell them, you fucking your organs up. 187 bars, volume 19, the ascent and transition of Juice WRLD. All right, deaf and wacky conspiracy theories. She was going into this a little bit earlier. First off, let's talk about how did he die? What are they saying happened?
they say that while in flight, they were the people that was there to pick him up, the security, and alerted them. And when they landed, they got text that the police was there, and they had a dog. And they saying that they got everybody off the plane, got them into the airport at Midway. And basically they were sitting down, and then he just had a seizure and fell out.
100%. Chicago's Midway Airport. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. They said 12 wasn't really like trying to help him. They gave him some what do you call that stuff they hit you with when you OD? They hit him with that twice. But they said, yeah, his friends said 12 wasn't showing no urgency like they cared. Huh?
Narc or something. What is it?
Narcan. He said 12 wasn't showing no urgency like they cared. But the cause of death was officially ruled as accidental overdose, oxycodone, and codeine, bro. I had a coworker that was on that oxycodone, and he was prescribed it to get off heroin. Ain't that some shit?
Man, I was prescribed that when I got hit.
Yeah, you talked to the entity, didn't you?
Man, I talked to a whole different dimension, and we was there and all that. And my dumb ass was like, well, I guess I needed to, because that shit is addictive. Because, I mean, it was a great conversation. It was very deep. I was speaking with my higher self, basically.
Yeah, you don't remember what we are talking about. What did you discover from the experience? What did you learn? What did you take away?
That there are substances that can have you expand your consciousness and be able to interact with beings that are not available to your normal perception.
Okay, now pause it there. Did your higher self tell you that during conversation? What did you learn from the conversation with your higher self?
That I was exactly where I was supposed to be and needed to be, and it was a wake up call.
Wow. Your first point is huge. So, are you not suggesting that people taking this stuff could be talking to other entities and
It's
creating
possible
music?
that people that we all deem crazy walking down the street, they see the shit that they are talking to or whatever, obviously.
Yeah, but you did it from a pill. Are you saying that the people popping
No,
this pill?
no. The reason I had to take a pill was because of this extreme traumatic situation that almost took me from here. And I was allowed to remain here.
When you had your conversation with your higher self, was that after taking a pill?
It was.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Okay. But we gotta have context. You can't isolate this whole situation. I was hit and run over and all this. I went through everything. I went through days of morphine as much as they could give me. And then you have to take you off that, wean you off that. And then they
Yeah.
gave me this pill. And then I experienced what I experienced. So it's a whole lot. It ain't just like oh.
Okay, all right. We all get that. And I think everybody knows that.
Okay.
But my point is, my simple question is, you had the experience after popping the pill. Are these guys having the same experience?
I said, I don't think so. It's possible, but I think the trauma that
And the
I've been
morphine
through,
drips?
yes, and all of that had a
Got
lot
you.
to do with my state where I was when
Got
this
you.
happened.
Got you. Because you was between here and there.
The whole time, as far as I'm concerned,
Between this and that.
because was I don't know how much time, but I wasn't even conscious. I was,
Yeah. So to your point, he and his entourage were returning to Chicago from a flight when law enforcement officials were conducting a search of their private jet. It was reported that Juice WRLD ingested multiple pills, including Percocet, Molly Percocet, Percocet, Molly Percocet. That's what Future used to sing over and over and over, in an attempt to hide them from the authorities. Shortly after, he began to experience a seizure. I got a video I'm gonna play for y'all, but they said the pilot. So they got to the airport out in LA area, wherever they was coming from. Private jet, chartered. He was late. They said the pilot had something up his bum, I guess because they were late. He was upset. And he said the pilot
late is
delayed
an
the
understatement, bro. They was between
3 hours.
5 and 6 hours.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
5 or 6 hours.
All right, but I'm sure he got paid. Whatever. All right. Okay. Understatement.
But
Agreed.
still, snitching is not right.
Okay, you're right. Agreed. So, yes, agreed. Now, he's saying they was just saying that he sat in the airplane, delayed the takeoff, and he was the one who snitched. So if they had all these pounds of weed, maybe they got sloppy, everybody's on pills, it had to stink, and said it had weapons. So they said he snitched. My question is why wouldn't the cops just come before he took off? And because they wanted to make it a federal case. And then now, if that's the case, that gets my spidey senses tingling. Like it was a setup.
Well, there's no way in the world that it's not a setup. I don't know, man. If you're gonna be late as hell and you making all this money, I think you overpay and super tip. So there's no problem with any pilot.
Right. Would he have had the same attitude if there was a pink rock band coming through there? I just don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It all
Yeah,
seems like a setup. See those charter jets, bro? You better off having your own if you can afford it. Because that dude could have been a narc the whole time.
Period. I don't know what H. Moultrie's watching, but it's definitely not the show.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I
And
think
turn
he
to the
might be
sudden and
on
shocking death of rap star Juice WRLD.
You think he might be what?
on the level with Brandon Looney Tunes.
Big ups, B. Loon.
Big
Juice
ups.
WRLD seemed to be on
Huge
top
ups.
of the and shocking death of rap star Juice WRLD. The 21-year-old who was named Billboard's best new artist this year suffered a medical emergency at Chicago's Midway Airport.
Billboard's best new artist. That's what you're talking about, huh, Self? That's a
Yeah.
jackpot.
Yes.
Kind of like this passes away with an album that's 95% ignorant.
And they got
ignorant fan.
they got hundreds of songs.
Yeah.
Already.
And his dad died, which nobody's talking about, and Bibby died, which nobody's talking about.
Oh man.
Yeah. And guess who runs off with the money?
Wow. Wait a minute. Bibby died?
Did Bibby die?
Before that?
I think Bibby got murdered. Yeah.
I think so. And
yeah, dude used to be talking about him
I
all the
didn't put
time.
that all together.
Yeah,
I think that's
he got murdered by the ops, allegedly.
Tribute streaming in this morning, and Eva Pilgrim is here with the latest. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. Juice WRLD seemed to be on top of the world. His music career exploding. The video for his hit Lucid Dreams with almost 400 million views on YouTube. This morning, so many
400 million views, bro. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Is that possible? Without some kind of programming from the top.
okay. Little Bibby's still alive.
Oh, okay. Was he arrested or something? Was he in jail?
I don't know. I just looked up.
Okay.
Wiki, you know.
Yeah. Big ups, little Bibby.
Yeah.
many questions.
I thought I remembered Herbo rapping about Bibby being dead.
Well, Herbo used to be on Euclid, right there by the gas station, and his brother he grew up with, they shot him down in a barber shop on South Loop, in the South Loop.
I think I remember that.
I don't think that's what he was talking about, but it wasn't Bibby.
As to how a seemingly healthy 21-year-old could die so unexpectedly.
The artist, whose real name is Jared Higgins, topped charts with his hit song Lucid Dreams and collaborated with big-name artists ranging from BTS to Travis Scott. Juice died on Sunday after suffering
You see the artist, bro.
Yeah.
The Luma Booty.
a medical episode at Chicago's Midway Airport, where he had just landed in a private jet, reportedly collapsing from a seizure as he walked through the airport.
That wasn't true. He didn't collapse from a seizure as he walked through the airport.
No, he was sitting there across from somebody.
They took them to a private room for the investigation. Correct. And so that was what they lied when right away. They don't have the facts and news. Yeah. That's ABC.
They reading the script.
It's ABC though. You can trust it.
They're reading the script.
Yeah, but you can trust the script writers.
They don't care if it's true or not anyway. They're just doing their job. They're actors.
But it's inside the Atlantic Airport. They've got a guy seizuring in here.
He died shortly after at the hospital. Even in his lyrics, he mused about his own mortality, referencing the long list of famous singers who died by the age of 27.
Was a 27 club, we ain't making it past 21.
He turned 21 just last week. Juice got his start posting songs to SoundCloud, his career quickly taking off.
Juice WRLD!
Earlier this year, Billboard naming him Best New Artist.
I'm really in awe right now, but, I just want to thank.
Wonder who those people are. Is that his mom?
Damn. Not even sure. I'm looking at them.
We looking at the handlers?
Thank God. I want to thank
Gotta
all my
be.
supporters. I want to thank all my fans. And yeah, I'm glad to be here. It's a blessing.
Is that Bibby?
Looks like it.
Yeah, I think that's Bibby behind him. And that might be his mom.
His record label releasing a statement saying
Let's take that
Juice
back.
made his record label releasing a
Was
statement.
Bibby holding her
be here.
hand?
It's a
What the
blessing.
hell?
Was Bibby
Oh,
what?
no, it's not. No, never mind. I analyzed and it wasn't.
That's not Bibby.
No, I didn't say it wasn't Bibby. I thought they were holding hands. The people in the back, and they the man and woman, and they weren't.
His record label releasing a statement saying Juice made a profound impact on the world in such a short period of time. He was a gentle soul whose creativity knew no bounds, an exceptional human being and artist who loved and cared for his fans above everything else. To lose someone so kind and so close to our hearts is devastating.
Do you believe a word of that coming from Interscope, Geffen, and A&M Records?
They hired somebody to write that, and they didn't care, and they got a large policy that they already had on his life.
Man, they was high-fiving, and they about to sell a lot of records, in my mind.
And
the tributes,
they have a large life insurance policy that they were going to reap.
Yeah, they high-fiving.
To the young rapper pouring in, fellow Chicago native Chance the Rapper calling him a legend, saying he knows our hearts. Millions of people, not just in Chicago, but around the world are hurting because of this and don't know what to make of it. I'm sorry, love you, and God bless your soul.
See, Chance, still local guy. You know what I mean? He still got the people around him. He's still around the people that love him. He's not a Luma Booty status, but he's right there on the bubble. You'll know when he turns a Luma Booty when he moves to Atlanta, when he like the bum magic, and he moves to LA.
He's still Luma Booty. I don't know for
You think he
sure,
is?
but his brother, he's one of them alphabet people on the buy side.
What's that got to do with Chance?
He's very close with
it's his brother. He's supposed
former mayor. And I don't know. Something about Chance I just don't trust. And I know this not TATN. This is Tory Wordsmith.
Yeah,
some about it. I just don't, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Fair enough. Big ups, Chance.
Singer Ellie Goulding, who'd recently collaborated with Juice, tweeting, "I can't believe it. You were such a sweet soul. You had so much further to go. You were just getting started. You'll be missed, Juice."
And his autopsy is scheduled for today, many hoping it will give them some sort of answers as to why this happened.
I'll say ups to Chance, but it's still something I don't. Not no big ups.
They said he took drugs and seizured on the way off the plane. And then this lady says, this is when you get off script and say whatever you want. And this lady says, I hope the autopsy shows and it can give people some sort of sense of closure so they can know what happened. Didn't y'all just report what happened?
No, they didn't. They didn't say. They said it was the whole headline was that he died and they didn't know why, or that's the whole.
So they didn't mention the pills. They just said he had a seizure
they didn't
walking out there.
nothing.
But they mentioned the seizure.
I'm just saying nothing about the drugs or any of the reason that
like the cops being there, they ain't mentioned none of that.
None of that. They just mentioned that he.
You had to get that from TMZ.
They say he was found. They basically said they didn't even talk about him being taken to the facility and being pronounced dead. They ain't say nothing about none of that. They just
we talked about that. We said that they didn't say nothing about taking him to the side room and the investigation being.
No, I'm talking about that little skit there that they didn't say nothing.
Yeah, we discussed that they didn't say nothing about it. We discussed it already. That they didn't say nothing about going into the side room, but they did say he died at the hospital.
No, I was talking about the last thing we just watched.
Yeah.
And They ain't say nothing about nothing. They left everything out. They ain't say nothing about no drugs and nothing about. They said that they don't know why he died, unexpected deaths. They ain't say that, and they nothing about no autopsy because they hadn't got that far. They just followed their script. It was nothing.
They did say something about. Did you watch it? They did say something about the autopsy. They're waiting on it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Several conspiracy theories. All right. What about the conspiracy theories? Have you heard any? You'd have to have motive. You'd have to have opportunity. If you're going to lay out a conspiracy theory, lay out the facts.
I mean, originally when we brought this up, I thought he was probably part of Empire Records, and he wasn't. So I was like, oh, okay. But it doesn't make any sense in the world for him as the bag to take the fall for any of this. Like, he had people who should have been around him who would have said it was all theirs. So it makes no sense for him to take. He had a whole lot more drugs. It ain't like he took it all in a baggie or something. They're saying that this man
700 pounds of marijuana.
70 pounds.
70
pounds of marijuana and at least 90 pills or whatever. And they saying that he took a few pills to try to hide the 90 pills that was still out.
Well, they said that, and they also alleged that maybe he was deleting himself because of the magnitude of the big case and how that would have ruined his career. And that was something else that stank from the beginning. I'm like, wait a minute, you're trying to tell me a Chicago guy, a Chicago area guy, and couldn't take the pressure and to your point, put that case off on other people or say, I don't know who had those. Like, his option would have been able to kill himself.
I've never considered killing myself, so I don't understand that in any way, shape, or form. But no way I think that that's what happened.
Yeah, that he would have been too embarrassed, and well, it's been suggested, that
Yeah,
it
no, but
ruined
it's
his
asinine.
career. It is asinine, 100% asinine, and that they couldn't just flush the pills down the toilet. Well, you can't do that on the jet because they don't have any water. Still would have been there. But to your point, those ain't mine. I'm the bag. I got the money to pay for your attorney's fees. But no way the cash cow is going out like that. Now,
that's allegedly why King Von got unalived. Allegedly.
What?
Because he was beating on the bag.
Beating on the bag?
Yeah.
What you mean?
Stealing
Stealing the money? Say it in layman's.
Tim dude was there for who was King Von whooping, whose ass he was whooping?
Julio. No, not Julio. Rest is
all
right, but yeah, everybody knows the rapper.
Right,
What about it?
Yeah, I mean, he was beating on the bag, and so-called, I don't believe this, but Tim, whoever he is, little Tim, shot him. Yeah,
that's
because he was beating on the bag.
Yeah, that's asinine.
Yes. Just saying, he was the bag. All them people there, somebody was going to take those cases, or they weren't. You know what I mean? Because he was on pills and he was 21 and had a proper discernment. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they were all part of sham.
Yeah,
got promised this and that by the government. How did the pilot know they had 70 pounds of weed? Like, I know there's a
Well,
lot of self-snitching going on because they kept saying the pilot knew they had drugs and felt uncomfortable. Well, how the fuck did the pilot know that?
well, it probably wasn't his first time flying them, and 70 pounds of weed, unless it's properly, you know, taken care of,
It's
is
gonna
going to
smell.
make yes.
Or you think they just walked in there with unloaded duffel bags when they pulled up?
No, they said it was actually. They said it was vacuum sealed, so
Yeah.
I shouldn't even say.
Hey,
Said they
how's
had
he know?
71.
This all stinks of spooks.
Yeah,
It's like they were investigating NLMB, allegedly.
it was getting high, getting on there too, whatever the case may be. No, you spook is the
Yeah,
best
it's a
thing that you
private
ever
jet,
said.
man. If you don't think these people ain't drinking and partying on these jets, bro, and smoking weed and doing cocaine,
They
you're out of
doing
your mind.
whatever,
If
doing
you think
whatever.
this, yeah, it's like a limo. You're out of your mind, bro.
Yeah,
So what would make it,
I
man?
probably wasn't expecting them to take 70 pounds, but I guess I
How
would.
did
It's
he
my
know?
birthday. He was informed. Or he was informed, or he knew how they rolled, or
Yeah, something ain't smelling right.
none of it smells right because him taking an overdose of pills does not make any sense.
Man, your job is to fly the plane.
And if they're late, you're getting paid by the hour.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Shit.
Yes. But it could be simply be you got these rich Negroes with these white girls, coming in flashy late. Somebody probably said something he didn't like, talk down to him. You know what I mean? Threw some money at him or something, and that pink came out of him.
Or
He's a spook.
Spook. I mean, it could be,
It's a good point. They were 6 hours late.
Yes.
They had plenty of time to switch that pilot out.
Yes.
And there's no proof. Like they want us to assume that they had those 70 pounds of weed.
Yes. They never charged anybody for it.
Well, why not?
Well, they said that the flight was chartered in Juice WRLD's name, and so people got charged for the guns.
All right, yeah, pink people weren't charged.
No, Pink, his personal video dude he said he didn't know why it was any gun in his, but he got arrested. I don't know about what happened after that.
But he didn't get charged with 70 pounds of weed.
Nobody got charged with the 70 pounds of weed. Nobody. He died there he died there, and they said that they had put everything on him as far as that.
Now, allegedly the
luggage had no identification on the luggage or in the luggage.
I don't know if the pilot had it on there beforehand, but allegedly
exactly.
But allegedly the PD in Chicago, or the feds was investigating Bibby and those guys. And there's some suggestion that Juice WRLD was just a high-paid, high-glorified drug mule. And is it possible, Self, that they like getting these quote-unquote drug addicts and just make them become mules and they live the rock lifestyle and the whole time?
It's very possible.
Well, how much money can you make off 70 pounds of weed?
And they're saying that that he damn it.
Drug mule.
They're saying that they had a insurance policy on them. That's what they're saying the record label did. And the record label is associated with Bibby and G Herbo.
How much was the street value of 70 pounds of weed coming from, say, California to Chicago?
None of that makes any sense, man. They were just trying to tie some shit to them. But they probably, that is a short hustle, though. I mean, shit, 70 pounds on a motherfucker going to do a show, come
Well,
back.
that's why I'm asking you. What's the street value of it? Do you have any idea?
I mean, I'm not sure, because what they say the street value is, I mean, the more you buy, the less it costs. So,
and it's coming from Cali, which probably came straight through Mexico. Or no,
Northern Cali.
Northern Cali, right?
Yeah, they're supplying all these all these places that's supplying the
but it's still owned by the cartels in Mexico.
I don't know, because a lot of the shit is coming from the same place that's supplying the dispensaries. And it ain't the Mexican. Well, I don't know if they got ownership in that. They might. So I would think you might know more.
Well, if the street value is $5,000, I don't know, it's 70 pounds. That's 350 grand. Like you said, that's a lick. Like, you know, it's a lick for any of them. Business, you know, shows could have been slow, and I mean, it's a lick. But how much of that would they offer him? We gave some pills, maybe 50,000.
Gotta tell the motherfucker this always fucked up. They just got some handlers that bring their luggage.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I like you said, none of this makes sense. If he's the cash cow and he's in this position that he was in, why don't you find another mule?
I mean, once that happened, I'm sure they would have. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
They just said he's like on the billboard. I don't know. Okay.
Right. I'm just saying, like, I mean, they thought it would go through and it didn't.
And they probably been doing it for years. Rock
Yes.
stars and
Yes.
nobody checks Michael
Said
Jackson.
nothing.
Right.
Said they ain't fucking thing.
Right. Nobody's checking Rick James and
the band shit.
Right. Everybody knows what's going on.
You get everything they want through so they can do what they do.
It was always going on. Right. Like you said, the mafia was always making money. And that's why La Cosa Nostra is big in music and all these gangs. All these never mind. All right. Are there so conspiracy theories? So the motivation, you said insurance, money, policy. Also, they probably felt like he was about to crash out anyway. As far as, maybe they knew something about his medical report, so they needed something sensational so they can, get hundreds of millions of views and clicks, huh?
I mean, there's a lot of BS going on in Hollywood. And Hollywood is the best instrument to make spells. That's why they call it that.
Coach said that pill probably had fentanyl in it. The pill you took. Fentanyl is more powerful than morphine and has to be used by a doctor. Supervised. Is used for extreme pain.
That's why it's all over the streets.
All over the streets.
Where you learn that at Fox? That's the only thing you watch.
Yes.
If Fox is on your box, then you're injured. Ignorant nigga like got head knocked.
Everything he says is coming from Fox. Can I tell you 100% of what he says? Juice net worth was $4 million after he died. He was about to go up though, wasn't he?
Oh, way up. He had popular, pop music. Pop music is like it's kind of universal. They make it, and almost everybody likes pop music.
Man, I asked this Korean lady, I said, K-pop. I said, is there any Korean American K-pop? So what I meant is Korean Americans who are doing K-pop. And she said, well, no, I guess that'll just be like pop music. American pop. Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, she's right in a way, but it's a conundrum.
Well, I don't know, because that's a whole, man.
But where did pop music start?
Well, it started here.
Yeah.
And then that's K-pop. And people that's here that are Korean that make pop, they don't make K-pop. Because those people, it's a complete industry.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Take people from their families and have them live together and make that whole thing.
Yeah. But American pop is a misnomer. You would just have to say pop, right? They have to put the tags on it because it was originated here. For example, McDonald's. You got Korean McDonald's, you got K McDonald's, you got Africa McDonald's, but you can't come back to America and say this is a McDonald's. That's all I'm saying. In my
McDonald's. That's a bad example because McDonald's, wherever it's at, it's called McDonald's. It's not called K McDonald's, even though they don't serve the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's not called Africa McDonald's. It's called McDonald's. They got to name it K-pop because it's their version.
Right. That's my point. So don't come back here and call ours American pop. Don't do that. Ours is just pop.
Pop. Period. That's what I thought I heard you say. You said American pop. No, it's just pop.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. They shouldn't be referring to American pop as American pop.
Not at all. So I agree with you.
Yeah. It's like we got to say Chicago house music. We shouldn't have to say that. We should just have to say house music. And everybody should know Chicago right away.
Man, there's so many people.
I know. They don't know. So yeah, we just said his label Self, Interscope. His deal with Interscope helped propel him to mainstream success, allowed him to reach a wider audience and achieve significant milestones throughout his career.
What was the label with Bibby and G-Herbo?
He initially gained recognition through Grade A Productions, a label co-owned by Lil Bibby, but it was his signing with Interscope that helped propel him.
Okay, because that was independent to a signing, major.
Coach said a Burger King burger is healthier than a McDonald's burger.
Who said that?
Coach. Yeah, well, Burger King crack is healthier than McDonald's crack. At the end of the day, it's still a burger. What you said is true, but you probably should stay away from the beef unlimited.
I don't know if it's true. It depends on the goddamn. I know you got the method of cooking, but what are they putting into the? Where do they get the meat?
That's 100% true.
So,
well, he's just going by the market.
No, he's just a troll, and he wants to talk about stuff that's got nothing to do with the show that we're talking about because he has no opinion on that. Because mostly they're not talking about it on Fox.
That's right. The algorithm
know anything to say about it.
The algorithm doesn't care as long as he's putting in comments. The algorithm loves it. A Burger King burger is healthier than a McDonald's burger. Well, I'll say this, so he's probably right. But we don't know for sure. We'll leave it at that. A Burger King burger is healthier than a McDonald's burger. Yeah, he's just following the marketing. That's what he's
talking about. The preparation.
Yeah.
I mean, the way it's cooked. It's not fried.
Yeah, but he learned that from the TV commercials. That's what the Burger King told him to believe.
No, he saw it on Fox. I guarantee you they had something on Fox News or something, and he was wearing his costume and loving it, and he had the feather. He was tickling. His butthole like Fox.
That brings us to our last question here. And see, whenever I'm trying to zoom now, I know how to zoom. I hope I remember next time. Big ups.
Big ups to Coach.
Big ups, Gym Recovery.
Gym Recovery. There it is.
Gym Recovery.
What's the? Okay, there we go. There we go. Yes.
There we can zoom it.
Yes, there we go. Gym Recovery is
Gym Recovery.
Sponsor of the show.
Yeah, you need your towing needs out there.
Man,
you know what I mean? You
call Gym Recovery.
He ain't coming if you got out of state plates.
Huh? If your money is green, he gonna be on the scene.
Not if you from California.
He just talking crazy because if your money is green, he'll be on the scene.
They told you how to use that. All right. All right, what do you think happened here overall? All seriousness, man. Like, before you go, my initial thing was like, this makes no sense at all. When TMZ was breaking the story, I'm like, this. So then they have to color him as a wacky drug addict who has suicidal tendencies, and so that way it could all make sense. But what do you think happened here?
I don't know. Like I said, I was surprised he wasn't part of Empire Records, but it has the same similar vibe that you know he could have been a mule and not known it, and find out that way, and could be. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Could have been
I
forced to do it by the gangsters. A lot of times, gangsters force you into your muleship.
Yeah, it was a lot of people saying that he was, compromised. They were, forcing some shit on him. You know, I don't know though. I don't. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, because if you have a cash cow like this, I think you keep it rolling.
Especially when he's trending that way. You know what I mean? He was on a launch pad, bro.
But so many.
I know. Is that their way of keeping certain people at the tip top and keep knocking other people off when they're just
I
about to
think I
crest?
think I think it's not their way. I think it's the people that's at the tip top
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
doing it.
yeah.
It's I think that dude, I know he ain't alone, and I know he's got, and hopefully he tell on these motherfuckers. But he's had a lot of
And,
influence
and,
on a
and,
lot of bad shit.
and if you think Interscope Record is any more morally social than
Not
Empire
close.
Records,
Not close.
okay, just making
Not
sure.
close. But I'm just saying I was surprised because my my initial feeling was that it was the same. So
Mine
that's
too.
that's
Mine
why I
too,
was
actually.
surprised that it
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, yeah,
And I
mine
was a
too.
little shocked that Lil Bibby and G Herbo was in between, but then when I felt it out, I was like, oh no, that makes sense too.
Oh, I know I thought Bibby was dead. I was thinking of the Bibby that Fulio used to rap about. There was a Bibby in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they used to be smoking Bibby and rest his soul, rest. That's what, yeah, okay. Because these guys are smart. They'll take a name that's already trending and stuff like that. Like if I was a rapper, my name would be In and Out. You know what I mean? Something like that, like a trendy something. McDonald's. You know what I mean? Fox News. You know what I'm saying? You'd be all up in the algorithm. All right. Disclaimer. The views expressed in this podcast were those of the host and guests and not necessarily reflective of TATN, Gym Recovery, Ancestral Echoes, Vis-a-Vis, Midwest Festival, or any other affiliates. All right. We're going to get to this poll question, bro. So we can go ahead and close it out. Let's see. Your channel post. All right. Do you believe RIP Juice WRLD deleted himself? We already had a vote by Uzi in the chat. And he just, Uzi, I don't know if it's a he or she or they or them, but they,
Huh?
well, I'll say Uzi. Uzi.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know. Uzi said Uzi doesn't believe that Juice WRLD deleted himself. I didn't throw out though, bro. I did hear from someone. It might have been LB, L Boogie came on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it was him, but that they'll be in so much pain, bro, when they mess up their internals from all that lean and all of that, bro, that you either gonna, shoot yourself or get suicide by a gangster or suicide by a cop, or you're just gonna just do the OD because you've already like if you're 21 years old, bro, and if you allegedly and you got the insides of a 85-year-old, you know what I mean? Like what kind of life is that?
Everybody come here for their reasons and what they need to do.
Yeah.
And it ain't for me to judge, but
seemed like a demon.
Outside looking in, there are so many junkies that live, a long time. But most of them that start really young is really, really difficult because
man, if you taking pills and 20 pills and drinking 20 Percocets and drinking lean, bro, you don't have a chance. I don't care about a lot of people. If you taking 20 Percocets and drinking lean, bro, you don't have a chance. And the kids and everybody need to know that.
But that's definitely true because the shit I was saying he was taking 4 or 5. It's 20, then ain't no motherfucking way.
Yeah. I mean, choose your poison well, people. Choose your poison well. But it could have been what made him so brilliant too. I mean, there is that.
Somewhat that these substances allow you to disintegrate the space between conscious and unconscious.
Yeah.
And be able to just,
At a price, though.
It's a fucking price because you're living in a vehicle, and that vehicle is not. It has it's limited.
Yeah.
It's not forever. This vehicle that I'm in, it has its limits, and I can take it to the limit and burn bright and burn shorter because
it's like putting rocket fuel into a Prius. It might run, but eventually the engine's gonna be ruined. It's gonna be ruined.
Electric car.
Yeah, I thought about that, but there's no way to even do it.
Hey, you just put it on.
Yeah,
ruin every goddamn thing. It fucks up all electronics, everything. It's just terrible.
All right, so we're here. Do you believe R.I.P. Juice WRLD deleted himself? Who is Juice WRLD? 20% of the respondents don't have a clue.
Yeah. Expected that.
20% believe the whole story that he deleted himself. And the only reason I won't clown that person or those people is because of what I just said. If he was having internal organ failure and the doctors had already told him, because I don't think you can get a liver transplant. You can get a new kidney, but I don't think they can replace. Yeah, they can replace that liver.
Yeah, yeah.
But him on the donor list, being a user, I don't know if he'd qualify.
And they got to give you a portion of a liver, and they don't.
Yeah, well,
if you stop.
Correct. If you want to stop.
Yeah.
It just seems like a demon get a hold of him. All right, and then 60% of the respondents apparently believe that he was deleted.
Yeah, I mean, at least believe that he didn't delete himself.
Well, if he didn't delete himself, then who deleted him?
Well,
I mean, what are you saying here? Either you delete yourself or you got deleted. What's the other option?
Natural causes. You said something about a heart attack or something, whatever. So it's not necessarily. It is another option.
And you really feel like that's what they mean?
What?
That some of these people who said, no, he didn't kill himself, believe that he died of natural causes at 21 years old.
Well, you asked a question, I gave an answer.
Right, I'm saying, bro. Like,
that's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about me, and you asked me a question. So
right, but you brought those people up. I was just saying, bro.
I didn't bring those people up. I said that there's.
We're responding to the poll. Do you believe R.I.P. Juice WRLD deleted himself? 20% said no. 60% 60% said no, 20% said yes. So
I'm part of the
there's been
60%.
there's been a suggestion here that some of these 60% may believe that he died of natural causes.
No, I said
at
there's a
21.
possibility, is all I said.
Right. I got you. And it's fair. It's fair.
And that's
But
all I said. And I said that no, he didn't delete himself.
that's the same one I went with too, bro. I don't believe he deleted himself. But there's never going to be any proper investigation. Never going to be any proper investigation.
Yeah,
And
I'm not sure what it would, who it could prove did anything. That's the whole sorry case of it.
and according to the witnesses, 12 didn't care. Like they just let them suffer before they even started with the Narcan. And
That's what they do. I mean, they're totally insensitive. Totally like when they walked up on the scene when Saint was down.
yeah. All right.
No empathy, no emotion.
Yeah, it's a tough job though. They're saying it every day, all day. But don't get me started on 12 because don't get me started. Them, their security guards, all those type people, they got major issues. Major issues. Major. I am heard but not seen. I hold emotions in between. I can lift you up or bring you down. In the music world, I am profound. All right, brother Wordsmith. What's the solution to that riddle, bro?
Well, actually, unfortunately, the the answer is included in the riddle, and it's music.
I don't know. I didn't catch that, and I don't know. I've never seen a riddle where the answer is it's brilliant. I guess it's actually misleading.
Completely.
Yeah.
And you told me. That's how I knew. I was watching you when you was reading it, and you was like, "Oh." I said, "Okay, now it makes sense." That's when it clicked with me.
And
I
you know,
said,
if
"Oh,
you try to tell the AI it's wrong and always tries to justify some BS. Like, just give me what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes." That's why I've got to train an AI. I've got to, and it's gonna be a beast. All this shit is open sourced, so I can use what they got already and then train some shit. I'm gonna figure this out.
he said, I'm still listening to 8 Ball MJG. Yeah, he
Yeah,
listened to West Coast.
exactly. We was telling you that. Now, that's Memphis. That ain't even West Coast. We was telling you that when you was listening to it. You still listening to it.
Too Short brother got killed last week. Yeah, I heard.
His brother, yeah.
Aliens, drones, UFOs, ET.
Man, everything on Fox. And we don't need a recap of Fox, please.
Ice baby. They say women are turning down conservative men. I'm watching Fox
Oh,
now.
he's got to lose his wrench because we got to block him.
Can't block one of the sponsors.
Yeah, we can. He doesn't. He's silent partner.
He is a silent partner. In today's episode, we covered the remarkable journey of a legend, Juice WRLD, from his meteoric rise in the music industry out the mud. Credit to himself and his family. Testament to his hard work, his diligence, and his ability to carve out lasting impact in his legacy. We explored his unique style, heartfelt lyrics, and the challenges he faced, highlighting his contributions to the world of music, mental health, substance abuse, and beyond. As we continue to celebrate his life and artistry, we also acknowledge the profound influence he has had on fans and fellow artists alike. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more captivating discussions about aliens, drones, UFOs, ETs, and such. Till next time, keep celebrating the spirit of good music. Good music. You see. Your eyes are the gateways to the soul, and your ears, and the artists who make it all possible. Remember, stay curious, stay informed, stay aware, stay engaged, but most important, stay true to self. Also, show some love to yourself and everyone around you. Remember, ask not what the copper culture can do for you, but what you can do for the copper culture. Until next time, silence is violence and question everything. This is the Self Love Show, and the Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Toto. Peer down those rabbit holes. Do your own research. Use caution and discernment. Because sometimes when you stare into the abyss, well, the abyss stares right back into you. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect. All right, bro. You got any big ups?
Ups to Gabrielle Noel Smith. We had a born day on January 30th.
All right. The G, the A, the B, the B, the Y, the G, the A, the B is Gabby.
Gabby.
It's Gabby.
Word up.
Word Smith. Yeah, happy belated birthday, Gabby. And peace and blessings. All dreams come true. You can manifest it through your heart, your soul, and your mind and your spirit. Yeah, we're still working on those guests. Still working on those guests. So if we don't get somebody in here next week, Self, we may have to unpack Elon Musk. And we'll tell it what they don't tell you about Elon Musk on Fox News.
It smells musty.
Yeah. If Elon Musk was pushing Kamala Harris, would Coach and Fox News like him?
I don't think so.
Yeah, but they like any of these moves he's making now. But they like anything that he's doing. I don't think so. I think I'll take it further. If Donald Trump was a Democrat, the Democrats would have voted for him. And if Kamala Harris was a Republican, the Republicans would have voted for her. What do you think? Am I
Absolutely.
wrong?
No, it's programming. Coach would be talking about the orange guy and all
What?
that.
He racist. Yeah. Yeah. He ain't paying no taxes. Correct. Yep. Yep. Oh man. And our society is just diabolical to do that to us. Have Trump, they'll do it soon, Self, probably not in our lifetime. You have a guy like Trump, he'll be president for 4 years as a Democrat, and then he'll come back 4 years later and run under the Republican ticket, and they're going to shove it all up society's bum, and he's going to be Republican. And the head's going to blow up like when that blind guy on the Chappelle show, I think it was Clayton Bigsby, took off his KKK hat, and they found out he was colored. Yeah, so that's what we'll be on next week. Elon Musk there, fella. All right, mouthpiece included. We're covering Colored Bowl 2. We got what's his name? Sideshow Bob. Patty Mahomes going up against Jalen Hurts and the #1 defense in the NFL. Should be a fantastic game. Ace,
I'll be right back.
all right. Ace, you are wrong, Ace. You're wrong when you say that last year's Super Bowl was the greatest Super Bowl you ever saw. You're wrong. I'm here to tell you you're wrong. I'm here to tell you your feelings and your opinions about it is wrong. You're misunderstanding your feelings. Because there's no way you could have enjoyed that game more than our Chicago Bears beating the brakes off the New England Patriots in 1985. Beating, there's no way. I mean, bro, I damn near made Nirvana during that game in 85. I mean, come on. I didn't have that same sensation last year. Great game. I didn't have that same sensation. And big ups to all the sponsors. Gym Recovery, Midwest Festivals, Mouthpiece included, y'all. Next week, Sunday, live, Colored Bowl 2. Check it out. Check it in. That's what we're doing. All right, you guys. That's what we're doing. So, again, rest in peace, Juice WRLD. Just condolences to his family. Just getting some hubbub here for this fella to come back so we can get to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's Wordsmith's final words. As soon as he returns. And let's see. 1 second, John. Oh, yeah. Luka. We had Luka on the Lakers. Luka Doncic is on the Lakers. All right, let's get ready for Wordsmith's final words here. All right, Self Luv Show. Oh, this is crazy, man. This is all so crazy. All right. You can see if he won't come back, we'll be doing 9 Mills final words here. Oh, I'll pull it. Down, 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 down. All right, that brings us to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's Wordsmith's final words out there, out there, out there, out there, out there.
Turn it up a little bit. It's good. 187 scars left by the bars of the series that we present. It's another sad occasion from young brothers who were blazing trail, escaping all of our people from the hell. Let us know that we can prevail as long as we put what we need into our craft to succeed. Sometimes you gotta make everything else bleed. It's not a sorry occasion. Gotta leave your trail blazing. 'Cause we all came here to leave our mark. Some are but a speck, and others are a spark to a revolution of change. Many of us are ahead of the game. And the people who understand, when they see what's up, a lot of people not gonna see it till you build it. That's the real reason. You must conceal it until you have it into a form. It's better than the norm. It's a shame that we go through this 187 bars, because so many of them are so young. burn bright and burn fast. Unfortunately, the energy can't last. But they all are an example of how to live. To a certain degree, they show you the expediency of give what you have to give. It's a trip though. So many of them have prominent effect and last long, almost forever. What they did stays intact. But it gets tired if you live on beyond it. I'm tired of seeing all our entertainers die. By murder or suicided. It don't make no sense unless they don't want us to expand and represent. They terrible, like Charles Barkley. On some BS. I can't even acknowledge it. But I know it's only for a prescribed time, and that time is up or very near. Time for us to shine. The indigenous of the Americas, so-called American Indian, aka African American, a complete misnomer. But we gotta come together, put it down through whatever. Only way we can remain clever enough to re-indoctrinate our people. It's necessary, and we have to do it. Words.
Words. Words. I'll tell you what, bro, there is a gap in between. There's an option where, okay, maybe he swallowed the 6 pills just to be high during the whole investigation and accidentally self-deleted himself, which would not be suicide. Be like if I'm cleaning a gun and the gun goes off and shoots me, there's a distinction in between self-deletion and murder, which could be accidental homicide to yourself.
I guess, but
accidental overdose.
Yeah, accidental overdose I can deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone cleaning a loaded gun. If they are, then I'm gonna.
I mean, Plaxico Burress is walking and shoots himself in the foot.
Yeah, he wasn't cleaning the gun though. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just an example. It's just what kind of way you can just
dumb shit
somehow shoot yourself with a gun. I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure somebody shot themselves with a gun by accident.
A lot of people have.
Yeah. They thought the safety was on. They were doing dumb shit, like you said. So, yeah, but great final words there, fella. Powerful, poignant. And as always, we appreciate that. And Karen. Y'all check out Kaz Zodiac. And Brother Wordsmith got a show coming up. March 19th, I think.
Yes, sir. Eddie Sevo's born day. We gonna rock that mother.
Do you think you are the one?
Nice.
Honestly, I don't know.
Eddie Sevo, big up.
You know what that means?
No.
It's Latin. Means no.
No. Thyself.
So.
all our tears. Bullets are boomerangs.
Stand your ground.
Murder is self-deletion.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on. An eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
100%. 100%. Slave theory. Greed plus ego over fear. Slavery.
Charity plus humility times love is freedom.
Do not answer questions.
Yeah, but you better question everything.
Fear is an illusion. It's cap.
Gonna love, so vibrate it.
Forgiveness. That's love's highest, supreme vibration.
So do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
Facts. If you're from 63rd, you go over there on Old Block and give them a bunch of switches. Give them 100 switches and end the beef, and vice versa. All right. Healthy people. Heal thy people.
One thing I know for sure, I've witnessed hurt people try to hurt people.
Hey, free Larry Hoover, genius.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison is slavery.
Check that 13th Amendment. And when you're done doing that, be Yah. Walk on water.
And by your word, move mountains.
Whole mountain, bro. Move a mountain, bro.
What we need is the faith of a mustard seed, and the frequency will make it happen. It's happening right before our eyes.
You kidding me right now? Playoffs? Playoffs? Are you kidding me?
And no plan about what I'm talking about.
It's just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love. You just know it. Through and through. Balls and bones.
Still got him.
Got mine.
Who you got in the Super Bowl, bro?
Man, I want the Eagles, but, it's hard to bet against Mahomes, so I'm rubbing my bum on the fence.
I was just going to say, stop rubbing y'all bums on the